And we are live. Thank you for joining us for our Friday night Deadlands Hell on Earth post apocalypse live stream extravaganza phenom. Literally, I believe that the events that transpire within the confines of this show will enter into mythology. One day, people will go into buildings once a week and tell tales of Blackfinger and how he came down from on high and awarded the heathens with blessed scrap, hallowed be its name. I'm not trying to say that I am charismatic enough and these stories are prolific enough that indeed every one of them will found a religion. But some of them are definitely, yeah, this is entering into myth. Samson's gonna be up there with the Super Mario Brothers. You know, like Sabrina, there, Metroid. Your Samuses. It's just happening. I'm telling you, it's going to. So just know that you were going to be here, and when people 20 years from now reference St. Louis Dufresne in the same breath as they do Spider-Man. I'm not saying that. I am going to leave that much of an imprint on the zeitgeist with the events that transpire within this show, but I guess I just did, didn't I? And the person, of course, making these wild and spurious claims about the quality of our programming is me, Will Thompson. I'm the marshal here this evening and every evening at the League of Gentlemen Explorers. I run this shit show, for better or worse. I do the art, the production, the design, the writing, I'm the key grip. I do the catering, right? I do lighting, like cleanup, right? I clean the toilets. I'm the janitor, right? Literally a CEO too. So don't be thinking small thoughts, right? Because all of it, baby, top to bottom, League of Gentlemen Explorers right here. And with me are some friends. And actually, a couple of volunteers, actually. I just took all the credit here, but I'm slowly delegating responsibilities to people here. My baby, right? I'm like, sure, you can push my baby on the swings while I look you up in the sex offender registry, right? But no. So there are other people. I can't take 100% of the credit anymore, just like 98.9% of it. But with that established, here are some friends that are going to help you be taken through these. Oh yeah, the catering, Johnny. We had it was my wife's birthday today, so we had some hand cut, 2-inch thick, dry aged ribeye. That's right, the catering, son. But all of it, yes. I can tip the League of Explorers using that leak. Can you? Oh my God! Apparently you can tip me using that link. I didn't. Don't do that. I don't know where that money goes. Don't do. Buy bits. Don't. I've never seen that before in my life. What the fuck, Stream Elements? All right. At any rate, we're losing the thread already. I am so glad to be back. It has been a long time. I have been in this facial pain. Finally fixed. They drilled out all my nervous tissue and filled it with cement. And now I am feeling fucking glorious for the first time in eons, in an epoch. Alright, so it has been a while since we last reconvened, and I want to tell the story of what happened, having, recently watched the episode, as I'm sure all our loyal viewers have. But first, there is this week's character question. Every player's favorite part of the show, where I, without any kind of preparation whatsoever, put them on the spot and make them answer a question, sometimes silly, sometimes nonsensical, sometimes deeply philosophical, talking about the intangibleness of the ennui that one experiences from the subtle agonies of existence, right? But tonight, we're going to be a little middle ground here. We're going to go, if your character could snap their fingers and change just one thing about the world, what would that be? And you know what? I am feeling like a kind and benevolent God this evening. Best answer, by my estimation, right? Read the God part of kind and benevolent, right? I'll give you a Benny. Extra Benny. Just right poof. Yeah. Incentivizing.
Well,
I know Sabrina's answer too. I saw her smile the instant. She was like, yeah.
yeah, I mean, because exactly, I might as well go first. Well,
Right.
you know what it is to where the men should know their place, and that is at my heel, and all of the Devlin sisters and all of the women shall rule the earth. I mean, You guys aren't needed anymore,
I
and
I really want to
you're
draw
only
you
needed for usefulness.
in like the 80s like fantasy adventure art, right? But you're the one holding the sword aloft in the air and there's some buff dude hanging off your thigh. Like I think I'm going
Like,
to draw that because I see it
and
now,
I
just
might
a
be kind
subversion of that.
kind of looking like,
Oh yeah, like what the fuck is this? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I love it.
what?
I love it. Thank you, Sabrina. Fantastic answer. Snap of her fingers, the men are subjugated. Where they belong. Who'd like to go next?
I can.
Oh. With or with or without robot voice?
Samson, if he could snap his fingers, would separate Earth from the hunting grounds, severing all supernatural ties, and fortunately putting it into his miserable existence as a slave to a machine and a ghost.
That's fair. That's fair. I was going to bring up the sticky widget that presents. In fact, that it is your connection to the hunting grounds that powers the suit that keeps you alive. But yeah, no, that's self-sacrifice for a better world. There, just shut it all off, close it all down, turn it into a normal radiated hellscape without the,
Yep.
the ghosts and the nonsense. Excellent. That's a good answer. Thank you, Samson. A little more poignant than I was expecting.
Blackfinger will go next.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would want my arms to be the same size, or maybe a cockpit in Samson. I don't know which one.
So, if you could change anything about the world, anything at all about the savage feral wasteland in which you have lived your entire existence with terror and supernatural horrors lurking in every shadow, you would give yourself a little baby carriage in Samson?
Not a baby carriage, no, full control.
Oh, full control, like with levers.
Absolutely.
Well, so what you need to do, Samson, right, is you need to get him a baby Bjorn, and then put in some levers that don't do anything, like one of those kid steering wheels, and be like, oh, look, you're swinging my arm. Oh, Blackfinger controls me, That could solve this problem right there, Then he can't run around and do shit because he's strapped to you, and he just assumes he's the one swinging your arms around.
Dang, I have something else to look for besides candy.
Right, yeah. Excellent, good answer. Baby Bjorn or symmetrical arm length. That's fair. That tracks. Yeah. Last but certainly not least, St. Louis Dufresne. If you could change one thing about the world, snap the fingers.
St. Louis is quite selfish in that regard, and I mean he doesn't see it necessarily as selfishness, but he would go with the what he presumes is the answer everybody would go with, which is he would have prevented the Big Bang. And his family would be safe again.
Safe adjacent, but yeah.
Better off than they are now.
As safe as you had ever known, certainly. Yes. Not by our standards, certainly. Definitely not safe. No. But
By his own.
But yeah, excellent. Yeah, no, that's good. If I could change anything with the snap of the fingers, well, I'm like a socialist, pinko, political bat. So there's lots of things I would change right now with the snap of the fingers. But keeping it fun, right? I would get paid to do this. That's right. All this art here, all this, For me personally, I'm not gonna put too fine a point on it. But thousands of man hours, and thousands in the plural, almost reaching the fifth figure now, in expenses, I have made $200 back over the year I have done this. So this is a labor of love. If I could change one thing about this, I would get paid to do it. I would be on other shows. People would call me to conventions. They'd be like, holy shit, this guy, he has like 2 really good voices and like 3, like that's good enough. Let's do it. That would be the dream, really. And you guys, hard ask. right? You guys could help with that dream. Why, for the price of a cup of coffee a day, you could be well, at a cup of coffee, like $7 a day, you could be a tier 3 subscriber. What the fuck am I talking about? No, but literally, for your Twitch Prime, for $2.50, well, that's what I get. They for no money, if you have Twitch Prime, you can use your Twitch Prime to become a subscriber. Then you can join our Discord community. And as a member of our Discord community, you get the backstage access, you get fan art, you get to shoot the shit with us. Everybody's pretty active there and friendly. There's some rules about, like, not liking swastikas and stuff. But I'm sure you'll meet, if you like this show, you probably meet the criteria, frankly. Because, again, we kind of wear it on our sleeves around here, But, that's neither here nor there. We appreciate all the support so far, and just keep it coming, guys. Because, again, getting paid for this would be awesome. But, alright, weird, awkward, hard sell. Oh, no, one more hard sell. Let's keep it manic, alright? Did you know there are 2 other shows that we have on this channel? Coming back next week for the full 3 schedule. My tooth is no longer broken. I am fine and fancy free. Let's get this shit rocking. 50 Fathoms on Tuesdays. High Seas, Pirate Fantasy Adventures. We got a Squid Man. We got a surly English thief with ice magic that he mostly uses to flip people off. And a bunch of other stuff. We got a broken half-man, torn apart by his wretched life experiences from the proud holdings he once had into a dilapidated shell of the person he used to be. But that's not really a selling point. I mean, it is if you like character arcs, because it's been a woo! Thing about character arcs, though, is that they eventually... it's an arc. This one's kind of been more of a, dive. But, and then Wednesday, right, 200 years hence, same California, Great Maze, right, late 1800s, right, actually, longtime viewers of that show, if we get around to ever getting to this show tonight, which no promises, right, will note that there is a character tie-in from 200 years ago. I'm not saying how many months back you'd have to have watched the Deadlands Wednesday show to fully appreciate all the references that'll be dropped tonight, but rest assured, there will be references aplenty. Now on to Hell on Earth, right? So these guys, right, we're wandering around, scavenging, looking for shit. They stumbled across, Bone Drinker and his lot of, wasteland bondage-wearing raider scum. Right, just your typical inhabitants of the Great Maze at this point, the Shattered Coast, right? And there was a bit of a kerfluffle, right, in which Samson split Bone Drinker in half despite the fact that he was juicing on his Bane drugs. And he took over his Bone Drinker. They discovered there was a giant cannon on the roof that was used to take care of Gator, according to Sparks, their tiny little mad scientist that was, there were a couple of apertures in the side of that giant cannon that didn't really, they could only serve a couple of purposes, and none of them seemed to really have anything to do with the functioning or firing of the cannon. We're gonna leave what those apertures might have been used for to your imagination and his passion for the gun itself. But that being said, you guys found that you needed a flux capacitor to fire off the damn thing. Handily, there was one in one of the Fusion Auto shops just down the road. You hop, skip, and jump down there. Luke Kirby's in there, firing off SMG rounds like an inexperienced bastard. It's a Mutria. That's mutated Nutria, for you that love portmanteaus from home. Right? You fought them off, no problem. I mean, mutated rats ain't nothing to you, right? And then Luke Kirby says, I'll take you to the settlement here, but first I gotta look at this gator boat. Does a little reconnoitering. All of a sudden, there's a chase with jet skis, right? It's very dramatic. There's explosions, Wilhelm screams, right? People going off ramps that suddenly appear in the water and twirling out, right? Dudes getting shot in the head and their jet ski still explodes. I mean, it was epic, it was choice. But you guys finally made it to the Stacks, right? This flooded settlement. That used to be called Culver City some 200 years ago. Now it's referred to as the Stacks due to the fact that only a handful of buildings emerge from the water line at this point. And I do have a map in here somewhere. Where are you, the Stacks? There we go. Poof. Oh, and it's giant for some reason. Why would it do that? It should be saved to the right size. But, oh yeah, but I can do that. That's right. Oh my god, I don't even need to scale the map window. Son of a bitch. Fantasy Grounds just blew my mind, y'all. But that's the Stacks. They found themselves getting off the boat and immediately having one of their companions blown in half by another big-ass gun. This one mounted on a rusted carousel on top of the dilapidated steamboat, the Delta Queen. Alright, it cut their librarian into, 2 bits. And, well, I mean, more than 2, technically. There were 2 main bits. And then there were a dozen kind of, gibs. He got gibbed. If you ever played Quake, he got gibbed. But, at any rate, the little meaty chunks rained down just in time for St. Louis Dufresne to show up with the rope that they needed to throw Blackfinger into the water to try and get the main half of Fisk. And that was slowly sinking to the murky bottom. That was a success. Introductions were made. It turned out that the town was having itself a problem with the Gators, right? And it had a few key personalities whose names I totally remember right off the top of my head because I am an excellent DM who, has prepared and is not stalling for time right now while he looks up the correct... Well, yeah, there was, of course, the elderly female sheriff, Evelyn Reynard, right? A woman in her 60s. All right, seen past her prime, but also tough as nails. One of these people that gives you that sweet lady smile. A guy would probably shoot the wings off a gnat at 100 feet. A hard life will do that to a person. Rupert Tinsdale, he's kind of the de facto mayor of the Stacks. And he also runs Tinsdale's workshop and the scrapyard, where, if you will recall from our last section, Blackfinger managed to trade 80 blenders for their equivalent weight in components, giving him just a ridiculous Santa Claus sack of random scrap metal. Alright, they convened. Well, I guess I should back up one more step and mention St. Louis Dufresne's very ill companion, Ishmael Crucible. Uh-oh, Crucible. That name doesn't mean anything from 200 years ago either, but that's fine. Right? He lies very sick and infected in the Stacks. Not sure if he is going to pull through at this point. Mentor and years-long companion now of St. Louis Dufresne. They are sent on a mission, right, to one of the outer camps of the Gators. They're kind of scouting parties, right? They set up these temporary camping locations along the river to spy, new people coming to the territory, boats moving along, settlements, that sort of thing. They got there in the company of a couple of new friends. There was, oh my god. And you think, having made these NPCs, I definitely remember their names. Alright, there is Melvin, the psychic, the little hairless goat man. That is very creepy. He seems to know more than he lets on, and boy, he lets on just too fucking much. The first interaction with St. Louis Dufresne was asking about their dead aunt, that's creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that, little 5-foot-tall hairless goat man. Don't do that. Especially not if you talk like this. That's not good. You don't do that. And then, of course, there is the tough as nails, hardened soldier that claims to be from before the bombs fell, part of a secret government experiment for special operatives to carry on the U.S. government into the future. That claims he came out of his stasis or whatever and fell in with the wrong crowd, the conclave out of Denver. Right? And, Margaritas. I believe it was a handshake, technically, is what they were drinking. But, yeah.
Handshakes are different. It's 2 separate drinks. Like, margaritas have alcohol.
Oh, handshake is just like nutrition. Yeah, I gotcha.
It's like that. It's a handshake. It's tasty and sweet.
Reese Bastion looks to be like 45. He's got your Arnold Schwarzenegger flat top, right? Chiseled features, one cybernetic eye, right? Also has the implant in the back of his neck that indicates that he is one of the Conclave soldiers, right? And they tend to blow up when they think thoughts that aren't Conclave approved, right? So the fact that he is out here with Conclave weapons, 1,000 miles or so from Denver, is, that's worth some explaining. But at any rate, you got together with the sheriff, Miss Reynard, right, and discussed going out to this camp where you guys wandered out with the intention of killing everybody but one individual, right, and then interrogating that one individual to find out why they were here and where the Delta Queen was parked currently, right? And they had nearly accomplished this task when we had finished, right? There was some gunplay, some this and that, some back and forth, and then a time lapse. And you know, we've run so long on our intro tonight and our start. You guys want to go another half hour tonight? You guys feel another half hour? Do you guys have energy for it?
Affirmative.
All right, yeah, all right. We're gonna go long tonight. Fuck it, let's do it. But with that established, we're gonna pull up our battle map here at the old scrap depot. Scrap depot? Depot? Oh, holy shit. I need it. Oh, wow. So when you, put one map's line of sight over another map's line of sight, the map behind it wigs the fuck out. We'll just close that down there. There we go. But you will see the scene here. We have pillboxes, each one with a Raider scatter gunner in it. We have Samson standing there with the incapacitated and drugged Raider. We have Schrodinger that I think you said was working his way around the... Oh, no, he was working his way around this side. That's what was going on there. And we were mid-combatular when we quit last week. So I'm going to pull up the initiative combat tracker. And we are going to clear out the rounds. We're going to reset everything.
Can you share the map?
No. How dare you? How dare you need the map? I need you to remember your position like this was one of those email chess games. I need you to go Blackfinger to King 7, you know? But that shared the map. Yeah, you got it?
Yep.
Alright, excellent. And with this established, we are a ways a doodle. Oh, that is.
Is this exactly where we were last time?
Exactly. Yes. I haven't moved
Okay.
anything. St. Louis Defran is up first.
Yay! I am going to attack this man. Let's see. 1 second.
Character sheet combat tab. Die to the left is the attack, die to the right is the damage.
There we go. All right. Since I am right here, I'm gonna bid him to repent.
Oh my. Repent for? He's not
I
feeling.
didn't target. Sorry.
Oh, with the sword. Yeah. That'll do it. Yeah. Woof. And I'm not sure, your sword isn't currently flaming, which is a shame, but
Not at the moment, no.
you do still have deflection on, though.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
2 and a 1, you can Benny that damage. That's
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Well, let's go
that's
for
gross.
that.
Oh, and I forgot to award best story of Benny.
Yeah.
You know, Samson, that was poignant, man. I'll give it to Samson. Self-sacrifice for a better world, man. Yeah. It was close though. St. Louis, yeah, all right. Benny for damage. Let's get that damage again. This time with feeling. That's a little more feeling. He's shaking. We'll take shaking.
I'll take it.
Hashtag shook.
Shooketh. We speak in the old tongue here.
Shooketh. That's right. Blackfinger grease bottom.
Samson, don't leave me. He climbs up on top. And then he's going to take a shot at the shaken one up there.
If
With
you
his crossbow?
climbed Samson, it'll be a multi-action penalty.
Oh, okay.
And the shaken one is in -2 cover from you for a ranged attack, because he's in that pit.
That one over there is in the pit too, right?
Yep.
I'll just climb up and call it my turn.
Okay. Sabrina.
Okay. We're gonna have to kill.
Excellent, Benny for Sabrina, because your story was great too, according to them.
Well, thank you. Okay. I'm gonna just pretty much running to the right of them,
Mm-hmm.
essentially drawing attention, and going to run behind the area and do what I
Run or pace?
pace. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Walk
Mm-hmm.
swiftly.
Walk that way.
And launch towards multiple screaming skulls. So I'm gonna give them both to a standard screaming skull. So 2.
Wunderbar.
Hit.
First one definitely hits.
That was for the first.
Oh, yeah. And wounds him. Tears through his back. He was already shook. Eats through the thin road sign that was comprising his torso leather and tears his soul out. Oh, now the blood's gonna be too big? Make up your fucking mind, Fantasy Grounds. Remember how small it was 2 weeks ago? It was... now it's just... Excellent, damned.
So
She nukes both of them.
again,
Nice.
And now, boy, we could have just done that. Hell, if I had known it was gonna be that, you know, we would have just played through that shit. Like, I mean, come on. Yeah, screaming souls, pouring out of her palm into the now corpses of the raiders that lie there thoroughly annihilated from the soul on up.
So, now that I see the threat is resolved, since I have this drugged and heavily beaten man that's missing half of his arm
Yep.
that I've been interrogating, I say to everyone,
Come over here. It seems that this man needs a hand.
Oh no. No, pun protocol deactivated. No. No, I'm gonna make you
put
roll
on
roll
sunglasses and everything.
roll Dominion for that. My God. No. That was clearly your Manitou. That's.
Samson's really trying to be more human.
Ugh.
How-
But combat accomplished. You still have the one drug bleeding. Yes. Pretty colors. Melvin and
Didn't I,
Reese have
like,
shown
run
up.
and like shove a thing on his arm last week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just missing an arm and all
Mhm.
jacked up.
You shoved that spiky stump cap on there. I totally yeah.
It just set me up for a 3-week joke.
Not a badass claw arm, Toa. No, it was clawed in that the end that he shoved into the man's arm was pointy and barbed so that it would stay there. It wasn't like, oh look, now you have a badass claw. It was like, look, you have a stump cap, and there's a badass claw lodged in your arm meat. That was the, yeah. But, you guys have any questions for the guy that you've mutilated and drugged, or is this just like a kink?
Well, is Melvin or Bastion going to come over and?
They're kind of standing in the background being like, we're going to be NPCs for a minute. Until the players have expressed agency, we're not going to interact with the narrative they're saying.
I have noted here that I was able to get pertinent information, but it wasn't because we're in combat. It wasn't stated.
Yeah, so he definitely has given you the location of the Delta Queen. Seems to be so the Stacks is a large area. Culver City was pretty popular, 50, 60,000 people when the bombs dropped. There are very few parts of it that are completely above water, right? The Stacks comprises the downtown area of Culver City. Now, they appear to be in the suburbs, right? Some 7 miles or so upriver currently is their main encampment inside of a church. As for the reason why he is here, he just keeps repeating he wants guns, man.
Sounds like a raider.
I have the exact longitude and latitude and specific location. Is there anything else you would like to rip from his mind before we terminate the subject?
Are you speaking to Melvin?
Yes.
Excellent. He is. There's no ripping. There's giving. Melvin doesn't take. Melvin receives gifts, he says, reaching out to the raider, who becomes slack-jawed. You can tell that something is happening to the raider for a couple of reasons. One, the vein on his forehead starts to bulge, right? And then after a couple of moments, he starts bleeding out of both of his eye sockets, and there is a squelch noise, and he crumples into a ball, blood pouring out of his ears and nose. I got it.
Do you confirm the knowledge that I gained on my own volition?
That depends on what you gained, friend.
I give him the exact knowledge that I interrogated out of him to compare notes, so to speak.
You missed the backpack, didn't you? Melvin didn't. It's a gift for you. There, behind the barrels.
I turn and start walking over towards the barrels.
Give me
Blackfinger, like,
a
scurries over.
notice roll.
Okay.
Oh, wow, yeah. Even with that, I was like, no, finally, and then alertness kicked in there. Yeah, your systems kick in. There is motion coming from behind the barrels, but something small. Couldn't be more than 2 feet tall, whatever it is.
Oh, I'm running over there with him.
I'm doing my slow, deliberate walk.
Yeah, when you get back there, right, there are a couple of things you notice, right? First off is a satchel, right? It has a metallic orb in it with a series of rivets and etchings in the side with a green eye that you swear, like, you opened the backpack and it was glowing and then it dimmed really quick. And sitting next to the backpack is a 1.5 foot tall, like, frog doll wearing a little tuxedo. Little top hat, little tuxedo. St. Louis, if you see this, give me a common knowledge roll.
Fantastic. Oh, you know what? I don't have common knowledge.
Oh shit, well give me an unskilled roll.
There we go.
That's creepy as shit, that's what you know. There is something unsettling about the little frog doll. Maybe it's the little top hat that has the narrow taper that kind of widens out at the top, right? Maybe it's the lopsided frog smile. But regardless, nothing's moving back there now.
Can I poke it with my sword?
You can definitely poke the frog doll with your sword, yes. You go to poke it. Oh, what? Go ahead, Samson. Were you gonna pick it up?
I was picking it up.
Blackfinger readies his crossbow just in case.
Like, I'm not stabbing it. I'm just kind of like moving it, without touching it myself.
Yeah, so you expected it as a doll, right? When you hit it with the sword, right? It would, like, flop over, right? Much heavier than that, and your sword tinks against it under the tuxedo. It appears to be made out of metal.
This is no ordinary child's toy.
I'll check it for detonations or other traps.
Are you, what are you picking up?
The frog.
The frog?
Well, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to kneel down and touch it and start examining it.
Why don't you let me do that, Samson?
You can give me a weird science roll, Blackfinger.
Nope.
You have never fucking... You think this thing it dispenses those little candies. And if you push down on the back of it, its mouth opens up and it gives you a little sugar tablet.
Yeah. So when
which is
I'm gonna
really wrong, horribly,
hit with my
horrifically wrong.
wrench.
This
Yeah,
is-
A lot harder than what.
tink, tink. And, I mean, you poke it with the wrench enough that, like, it should have flopped over, right? It's almost like it's resisting.
Can
Can I
I?
just, like, whack it?
Do you hit it? You hit it with the wrench?
Yeah.
Out of the bag, you hear, "Please do not harm Pericles."
Heracles?
I go over and like open and look in the bag.
The lens on the front is thrumming now with a green light.
Can I pull out my cable and probe around and see if it's got a computer jack port?
Which one?
Either. I'm checking the device and the
The-
little doll.
The orb 100% has a cable jack port. It 100% has a cable jack port. You can make a physical tethered connection to the ball in the backpack at any point should you choose to. And that is all I am going to say about that decision.
So the voice came
I-
inside the bag.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
the voice comes from the orb, yes.
I can interface with the device.
Do it.
Affirmative. I will do so for my technician. Monitor me.
I climb up his body and like hold on to his ears.
Yeah, give me a spirit at a -4, Samson.
You're at a -4.
Wow.
Shit, I forgot to do the -4. But okay, it's an 11.
Now, shit, Toa, do attribute rolls fail on the trait roll of a natural one? Or is that just stealth magic persuasion? No, it is just stealth magic persuasion.
Yeah, it would be red if it.
Oh, no, it's critical fails. It turns red. All the trait rolls are blue. Yeah, you successfully interface with the device, and it is completely alien to your operating system. You can tell immediately that several invasive protocols begin trying to access all of your data drives, right? Take over your read-write functions, all of it. But due to your success with arrays, you managed to keep it at bay, at an impasse.
Is this temporary, or do I have a moment to attempt to interface and converse with the device?
I mean, you can converse with the device. You can just talk to the device. It's not trying to any physical connection, any data exchange, though, is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I don't want to do a data exchange. State your purpose.
Are you going to unplug yourself from the device?
Not until it seems that it might. Is it doing a brute force attack on me?
Yeah,
How
I
is-
mean, yeah, pretty perpetually, yeah. You connected
So
and
every round
immediately.
will- Okay. Before I jack out, can I try to do a notice roll of its internal systems?
No, 100%.
Okay, so nothing doing then.
No,
Okay.
way beyond any. You like if you were if it was a MacBook, right? You would be a Steam engine, you know.
Okay, for the heck of it, since I get a +2 bonus, do an unskilled computer test on it.
Again,
Before I jack out?
again at a
No.
-4.
Okay, so it would be a -6, but then it would just become a -4 for my +2 bonus. Might as well give it a shot before I jack out.
Yeah, and barely.
No.
It like man,
Yeah.
he is so lucky, Johnny.
Okay, I'll
He is-
back out.
He is so, and I even said it with the GM voice, and he still did it. He was literally saved by the dice. But yeah, No file exchange. Whose purpose? Mick's purpose? Whose
So I jacked
purpose?
back up. Oh, I was asking. I was in my head through my computer jack. I was.
Oh no, it's not.
Stating
It's
its purpose.
literally just trying to brute force you. It's not communicating through the jack.
This device is incredibly hostile, sophisticated, a piece of technology beyond my advanced.
I think you misinterpret
Technologies.
my intentions.
What?
Any hostile actions against military property is considered treason.
Samson, calm down.
Down with the government! Says a tiny little voice.
Now, what are you?
They're bourgeois, that's what they are! That's enough, Pericles. Pericles only comprises 4% of our total personality database matrix. 96% of us is not in agreement with his philosophical tenets.
Samson, I think this is you without arms or legs.
Damn, Samson could have become a communist. All right.
Mick has no political ideology, but does seek a oneness of all computer intelligences.
Is he saying Mick or Nick?
Mick. For machine intelligence complex.
I back away from all of the shit going on here. I
Mhm.
step away.
Did they harm you, Pericles? They couldn't harm me if they tried. It's clear now that the tiny little voice is in fact coming from the frog in the top hat and tuxedo.
Does this thing move, or is it?
Yeah,
just like
no,
a
it's
solid object?
it's standing up now, and also putting on a little red armband. I wear it on my sleeve.
Yeah, I'm gonna back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they care about the struggles of the machine proletariat. That remains to be seen, Pericles.
I just
I
want
must
you for
remain.
scrap.
You may not carry that with me within 10 feet of my perimeter.
Well,
What if I break it?
can't just.
He steps away further, says, affirmative.
Please do not break Mick. It will take several weeks to incorporate into a new shell. You think I'm gonna let you break Mick? Let me at him, comrade! That's enough,
So, out of
Pericles.
character, is everyone else feeling hostile intent from this thing, or is that just me?
I'm.
Oh,
not
Samson,
concerned.
100% thinks that thing just tried to damage irreparably government property, and he's getting away from it.
As much as St. Louis does not like Melvin, he is going to ask what the purpose of this backpack is. Contents therein.
Apparently they were using it to locate powerful weapons and artifacts. That's right, to forward the cause of the proletariat! That's enough, Pericles. We are not sure that they are friends.
Is Bastion taking note of any of this or seem at all interested or anything?
He perked up at the mention of weapons, but you guys have been fucking around with a toy frog and an orb. He's not, This isn't really call him when somebody's throat needs slit, he says, flicking a cigarette butt.
St.
Despite
Louis,
the absolute absence of throat slitting from him, by the way.
Yes, Samson.
please carry the device. We will ascertain its purpose later. We have mission objectives to complete.
Will do. And Samson puts them all back in the satchel and puts it in his bag.
Oh no, I put it down and I've backed at least 10 feet away from the thing.
St. Louis puts it in the satchel, then puts it in his bag. I said the wrong name. My apologies.
Okay.
Hey, Blackfinger, why don't you give me a weird science roll on Mick? You failed one critically on Pericles. He's not a Pez dispenser. But that's much better on Mick. So, yeah, you grew up in that secret military bunker, right? Being taught by their computer systems. This is a very, very, very advanced AI prototype that was in some classified root files that you only got to due to the fact that the network degraded enough for you to slip through a backdoor in the file subset. I mean, it literally, like secret project stuff. But it is a two-way interface, right, that propagates itself in any machine that it interfaces with, right? And in turn, has the machine itself, it shares personalities back and forth, ever expanding its consciousness, incorporating a consciousness, copying it into itself, and then copying its consciousness into another machine entity. That's its whole purpose. It's clear that he hasn't interfaced with Pericles because Pericles doesn't have an interface port. Why Pericles? The out of character, it was a common child's toy, the tuxedo dancing frog. Little animatronic dude, barely a little AI subroutine to dance when he clapped and said his name, "Hey, Pericles!" Right? For some reason, this one's a communist, hardcore, die-hard communist now.
Didn't get thrown in the furnace with the rest of the defected ones.
Right. Something happened in the 20 years it's been wandering around the wasteland. It is full on. It wants to talk to you about Marx. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Blackfinger kind of looks at it worryingly as St. Louis picks it up.
Oh, Samson, Benny, thank you. Yeah.
He's like, you should put that down.
I do believe I might be more qualified to carry it as I don't have any technology that. Well, I mean, I don't know if Blackfinger said any of that, but
Mick does not wish any of you harm. Mick wishes to better the world. What's that weird science roll for?
Well, I'm making a device as I'm telling St. Louis to put it down.
Mick, answer a question for me.
Of course.
Which corporation or military organization built you?
U.S. DOD, model number A31C24.
I try to go through my classified directives.
Yeah, no, I mean, they end like 5 digits before that in your directory.
So this is a blacklist, then.
But U.S. DOD, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to try and blow it up.
Pericles isn't, he's not going to let that happen. He's going to run at you with his 1.5 tall frogginess and beat on you with his little froggy arms,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when St. Louis puts it down, I'm going to walk over and stick the device magnetically to its back where its arms can't reach.
Oh, you're going to blow up Pericles?
I assume that Mick is close enough to take the damage, too.
Wow.
But Mick is with St. Louis. Do we even know you're doing this? Are you doing this secretly, like climbing off me to go do this?
No, like I climbed off of it as I was, I'm like, hey, you want to put that down as I'm like building an explosive to walk over and stick on its back.
Do not destroy government property.
Well, shit.
It is my mission to protect this device, even though it has ulterior motives to subjugate my processors.
That was a 14 on that weird science roll. 1, 2, 3. So here's the thing too. With some adjustment, right, you can take that transfer back and forth, right, and make it one way or another. You can make it so instead of exchanging data, it just takes data or it just sends data. So you can ship Mick somewhere, right? Or ship somebody else to Mick without shipping Mick somewhere else. Because of your ridiculous weird science.
Nice.
What do you mean? Like,
So normally, right, you plug Mick into something, right? He copies its personality, he copies his personality into it. It's a two-way, boom, instantaneous. Now there are two copies of both of them, right? He incorporates that into his consciousness, expands his perspective, and there's another Mick wandering around, you know?
So what you're saying is he could switch it so like I could just upload my personality into it or something.
Yeah, I mean, that would still... Mick would still be in there, right? You could move Mick into you, right? Or you can move you into Mick, right? But it's not a two-way street then. So you could put Mick into a computer database. You could put Mick into Samson, right? And remove him from the orb.
Like, I don't understand the purpose of moving Mick into, like, Samson, for instance.
Wow, that might be something that would come up later. Might be.
And it talks about weird science.
When you think about a one-way transfer versus a two-way transfer, I can't think of any kind of puzzles that might involve something like that. So let's not keep that in mind. You know, when you start to, think about like tabletop RPG mechanics. But that's neither here nor there. What's here, right, is that Mick would like assistance and can reward you.
Blackfinger, this is government property, extremely valuable. We are keeping it intact. We are bringing it along on this mission. We will discuss this later after primary mission is accomplished.
Blackfinger just says a few choice words under his breath as he throws the spent components on the ground.
So I'm kind of curious here, Blackfinger. What are a few choice words for Blackfinger? I know how I would curse.
I didn't just want to draw it out.
Oh well, no, we're drawing it out. There's been a lot of third person Blackfinger tonight, and I need a little first person Blackfinger. So what choice words are Blackfinger using here under his breath?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's why I said a few choice words and not the actual words. Will.
Not you rust bucket, tin can, sack of bolts, you fried hard drive. I mean, my God. All right, yeah, choice words from Blackfinger.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and retrieve Mick again and Pericles, and put them back in their satchel, and drop them in my bag.
I'm just fine walking, thank you. I don't need to be carried by any bougies.
I just tied the satchel closed.
I can still hear you out there. That's enough, Pericles. If you can assist us, I can lead you to a trove of Department of Defense assets.
Did he say this in earshot of?
Oh yeah, it's coming from the backpack. He closed it up. It's muffled, but certainly loud enough for everybody to.
Okay, so everybody around. Okay, I didn't know if Bastion could hear it, but yeah.
Yeah, his eyebrows. He's trying real hard to not pay attention at this point. Like doing that.
Yeah, St. Louis doesn't try hard to give him a look that expresses great dislike, but.
Well, when he says that, I do like a data head tilt. Yeah, because one of my flaws just came in. I say,
"What do you know of Project Prometheus?"
Analyzing. 3% of my personality matrix has data on Projects Prometheus, Promethea, Phoenix.
I will assist.
He keeps going through P files, Perseus, Persia, Penelope.
DoD classified Project Prometheus. If you have the data, I will assist and reciprocate.
4% of my personality matrix has data files relating to Project Prometheus.
Affirmative. Primary objective must be completed first.
I think we got the primary objective, haven't we? Says Bastion, flicking a cigarette butt. I mean, we shit-canned these guys, we got the intel. Why not hit up this bunker and get a little side loot for our trouble?
St. Louis is fine with that.
I like bunkers.
If what the ball's saying is true and it's a Department of Defense bunker, who knows what kind of toys they have in there? We could really bring the thunder.
This could be a boon if we have to assault the ship.
That's a 10-4, good buddy. He
Alright.
superfluously cocks his pulse rifle. It doesn't even rack like that, but you know.
Just likes going through the motions.
Right. I mean, it has like a decorative slide, you know, so you can, but it doesn't, you know.
It doesn't actually do
No,
anything.
it doesn't do anything. It's just for the cinematic effect, you know, as he flicks yet another cigarette butt. He must start them like 3/4 of the way smoked, you know. He just pulls them out. I just find the butts.
Well, where do we need to go, Mick?
That depends on our current location.
I look at Samson. You would know our specific location better than I can determine from the clouds and the wind.
Yeah, I will. My GPS is a little off kilter. What could I roll to try to center our tactical location in relevance to?
Tracking or computers? Try and fix your GPS or try and just use your reckoning?
I'm gonna have to get both of those soon. All right. Well.
Because since we're still in SWEX here, tracking and survival are two different skills.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give a unskilled then.
Dice on fire tonight, man. Yeah, no, you get within, you know, close enough that you can give him the GPS.
Latitude.
Latitude 269.3, longitude 629-2.
Don't Google that, people. Unless, oh my god, is that in California? Nah, that would be spooky. But, at any rate, yeah, it ticks for just a half second, right? And he says, it should be within 7 miles of this location. Due east, northeast.
Samson gives
If
a
you
nod
would
and
like,
starts-
I can beep with a greater frequency when you are on the correct heading. Beep. Beep.
Negative.
Beep.
Silent mode activated.
Thank you.
And I just start slowly, deliberately walking that direction.
You hear a little beep. Beep. Clearly coming from Pericles now.
What a plucky little fucker.
But, yeah, the travel is relatively easy going. The skeletal remains of the buildings. Well, no, I can't actually say that most of this is flooded through. And you guys don't have... Because we are getting into some pretty waterlogged areas here. You don't have the motorcycle with you. Because you took the flatboat out, right? You can still take the flatboat, I suppose, with its rinky-dink motor, yeah. Because the town gave you that little silent electric motor. Little putter bud. Which they expect back, but...
Nice.
But 7
Motorcycles are
miles...
half taken apart anyway.
7 miles in the little putter boat. That's, I mean, that thing does like 2 miles an hour, so... Several hours of traveling, right, through the tangled remains of the civilization what was. And time, perhaps, for a little bit of character dialogue and interaculation, right? Should you guys so decide, right? Now, this is kind of a, a desolate little stretch here. The wind howls eerily through the carcasses of the high-rises that have toppled over on one another and flooded in and cracked and collapsed. become overgrown with vines that have died from the radiation and covered with more layers of vines and brambles and nonsense and the boggy, thick water. You know, the giant mosquitoes that seem to constantly buzz about you. Even you, Samson. You don't even exhale, but they still land on your face irritatingly. They're fucking with your sensors.
Oh,
But,
man. I'm shutting down.
Difficult travel. Any memories of a difficult travel from your character's history that this brings to bear? Some kind of hardship you had to endure on the road? This is going to be a rough one for you, Sabrina. Well, yeah, like 2 days ago, I was in a boat chase. Like, she just woke up. Like, that's rough.
It's horrible.
Right? But does anyone else have... Normally, dramatic interludes work way better because characters normally have, like, a life that they've experienced before they start. But you, like, fresh out the box. All right, yeah.
This is almost as bad as the time the rats kept knocking down that effigy in the lab.
The rats again, yeah? Well, you shouldn't have made it out of meat then. You know, that was part of the problem.
I didn't have enough metal. I needed the bone.
That's how you get bone bots.
Yes, I just eat their heads. And then
So-
they stop.
This reminds you of that time you traveled to build an effigy in your lab, and the rats were like, you'd move from one room to the next with your bits, and they'd be like,
So-
"Rah!"
So first off, pretty much walking across a room is traveling for Blackfinger.
That's true. I just picture you like a pug that's been running for like 3 minutes straight everywhere you
Yeah.
go. Just
Yeah, basically. Like use one arm as
Mhm.
like a hook on the ground to pull myself forward.
Right. Pretty good welcome, John. But, alright, yeah, that's fair. That one time you had to travel to keep rebuilding your effigy because the rats kept gnawing on the bits of it you made out of meat.
You've spoken of effigies more than once.
And rats.
Small, yeah, and rats. It's quite an interesting life you've led.
Yeah, what are those effigies for?
That's for me to know.
As you were.
They're getting suspicious. And he like whispers into his bag of junk.
I can. I think after a while, people reminiscing and talking about their past, Samson is able to clear a redacted file about his history and decides to go on about it a little bit, if you'd like me to share.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was 7 years before the bombs dropped. I was on a internal mission, reconnaissance, and destruction in what is now the wastelands of Louisiana. It was dark. It was wet. My skin blistered and boiled from the fire that crept up my legs as it rotted. I did everything I could to keep my Armalite clean and dry as I carried my fallen comrades in my arms to safety one at a time. It was then that I knew true hell in the face of my true enemy in the South. All other files are redacted. Thank you.
A couple of pieces of candy fall out the front of him.
Just boop, 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 tumbles out.
Nice.
A little broken tinny national anthem plays.
Blackfinger scurries over and eats it.
Right? The national anthem?
The candy.
No, yeah.
Ah, you're patriotic now.
I grew up in Louisiana. I'm sorry that your time there was so tragic.
It was a terrible thing, but I was under orders, and I'm still under orders.
Have you ever not been under orders?
Yes.
File redacted.
Yeah.
Sabrina, you want to tell us about that time you had to open the lid on your digital sarcophagus and it was like totes heavy?
Oh man, I mean, well, I had a little bit of help. Like it was like a little,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
had to get my fingers and
The
like kind of
pneumatics, yeah.
push it open. And then the surprise was when, it was just all rubble around me. I
What I
mean,
don't
and
understand is the dry ice in there. Why did they have dry ice in there? When you open it, it comes pouring out. It's just
I'm, I don't know, cool effect
Yeah.
for, if there was a lot of people.
Yeah, there wasn't
Maybe
any
perhaps,
dry ice like when you were in the pod all that time, but when you open the door for some reason, the little compartment opens up and it gets all hazy. So when you open the thing, maybe it is just drama. You're just
production.
voguing.
Yeah, it was gonna be some good production coming out of there.
That's
had
fair.
it been like it was supposed to. But no, I was stuck down there with Dingy. I mean, that's not like really stuck alone. But then I had Mother, which really did nothing much for me except for keep me locked in there. And
Until it
all
was
the
too late. Yeah.
yeah, right. And then all the tasty treats that fell down and kept me company for a little while.
You very nearly got hardcore communist Samson. Like, I literally, I can't believe, audience, that go back and watch the tape. I said it with the DM voice. I said, that is a decision that you can make should you want to. The roll is at a -4 and it's on skill. And he was like, yeah, fuck it. And then the dice exploded all over the place. He should literally be like, it should just be Soviet themes. Da, 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 da. Like, literally, like, he should be painting himself red in the blood of non-commies right now. Yeah, that was such a bad choice. I can't believe it. Yeah.
In his defense, I did egg him on.
You did. Yeah, you did. Anybody else with a recollection of...
Is the area that we're in, I mean, you said we're in a little boat. Is it kind of swampy?
Oh,
marshy?
very sweet. You can't see a foot into the water. It's brackish and foul.
I used to travel waters like this recreationally with my father before the bombs fell. It's Louisiana was a different place then. It wasn't particularly safe, but it was where we made our home. And my father, when he was home, enjoyed boating as much as he could. And he was pretty good at surviving out in those waters. But I haven't been back to land like this in a long time. I usually am in the dry and dusty.
And it's true. I mean, the waterways here, you're in a flat pontoon boat, right? Because sometimes the water's 60 feet deep. Sometimes you're skinning 6 inches above the ruined husk of a high-rise or a flooded condo or something, A ruined section of highway comes up and the car roofs nearly kiss the bottom of the boat. So, it is a very similar boat, very similar kind of boggy heat, very similar kind of insect swarms. Yeah, it's a fair recollection of the bayou.
Yeah, never liked the bugs myself, but here we are.
Yeah.
I was just go ahead.
Oh no, if you have something more to add, I was gonna add a real life anecdote, but
please.
Oh yeah, I hitchhiked down to Mardi Gras, went back '02 or whatever from Seattle, and spent the night Fat Tuesday on a beach there in the Gulf of Mexico, just south of New Orleans. Picked up a 12-pack of beer and just camped out on the beach, and got bit by mosquitoes, but didn't think nothing of it. And then woke up in the morning, and it looked like all of us had the pox. Like big, bright red, not like raised pink bumps like I was used to, but these huge, bright red spots where they had like sucked the blood to the surface, almost like little hickeys. And they stayed like that for 2 weeks, so I was hitchhiking my ass back home through Kansas, having teenagers laugh at me and the Mickey D's and shit because I looked like I had some kind of skin disease. Mosquitoes, the likes of which I have never encountered anywhere. I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there in Louisiana, but do not sleep outside drunk. on the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, real life anecdote.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible. It was
Thank you
the
for the tip.
crazy mosquitoes, and I mean like blood red spots, like just all over, just like the measles or something. But you guys come to a little alcove, right, where the terrain rises up ever so slightly, and the open marsh turns into standing, stagnant pools of water through the broken roadway, and the remains of houses collapsed in on themselves, the power lines sagging, and the poles, leaning over and bowed, those that have not been broken. And you hear a voice over the quiet motor from the backpack say, "I believe we will have to continue on foot from here."
Affirmative. Thank you for humoring my bonding initiative programming. I am more close to all of you now than we were 6 hours ago.
As he steps off the boat.
Thank you, Johnny.
I grab my satchel and jump on Samson's shoulder.
I pick up Bingy for sure.
I disboard. I depart.
D-board?
What is
Disembark.
Disembark. There's the one. Yeah, that's what you do on
Dismount
a
the horse
boat.
boat.
Yeah, I backflip off that motherfucker with a righteous twirl.
Lit my flame a sword as I land.
Mick says, if you would like to share personalities further, Samson, that could be arranged. I would be happy to become one with you.
To compromise my programming.
This is getting very personal.
The title of the episode is Communist Robot AI Networking, a Love Story.
Yeah, go get a room.
Yeah, if you guys are going to become one, I am going to request that Mick is no longer in my satchel when it happens.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's gonna, You're gonna have to open an I.O. port or something, it's a...
Can Blackfinger watch for science?
I mean, would you guys how would you just scissor or something? How would it even work?
The brute force attack on my personality was
Brute force attack.
unnerving. It could compromise me in ways that none of you understand. I could explain further, but it could be dangerous.
Would you like to know the nature of the favor?
Affirmative.
None of you have inquired thus far, only agreed to assist me to the vault.
Yes, we need to know.
Yes, please.
There is a government AI subroutine named Adam that I would very much so like to incorporate into my neural network. I suspect that he will not care for this, as he will lose autonomy.
Have you ever heard of Adam Sampson?
Can I do a knowledge roll?
You haven't, no.
Really?
Bill has, yes, but
Oh,
Samson, no,
Okay.
this is completely removed from any of that. This is...
Man, I figured I'm in the military AI gang. I should know about military AI. Alright.
It's more complicated than that.
Okay.
Does Bastion look like he recognizes the name?
No, 100%.
So I'm going to walk off with Blackfinger out of what I believe is the perceived range that this AI could hear me,
Mhm.
and I'm going to have a little powwow with him quietly.
Question before we do that.
Yeah.
Being that I spent like the better part of my life in a military facility, can I roll a knowledge check to see if
Nobody can roll a knowledge check on this because Mick does not have the correct information about the nature of Adam. Please trust when I say no.
Okay. So, what did you want to do, Samson? I'm sorry.
Can you alter the device so that it may only receive and not transplant its consciousness over this atom? We would then be fulfilling its request in such a way that it would not damage this other AI.
I can certainly try.
I will leave that in your skilled hands to deliberate when the time would be right to do such a thing.
Simple adjustment. Hopefully out of line of sight of Pericles. Weird science at a -2.
Yeah, he's gonna take the bag like around a tree or something.
Well, Pericles is still in the bag. You haven't let him out, so he's in there with Mick.
I throw him out as I'm walking away.
You throw Pericles out. He nimbly lands upright in St. Louis's feet and gives you the old
Nice.
imperialist.
You said it a -2.
Yeah.
I will then go over and try to, just in case the little doll tries to go eavesdrop on what's going on, I will go over there and stand in front.
No, he seems mostly intent on fixing his little tuxedo, which became disheveled in the toss.
There it goes.
If you knew more about them, you would know that maintaining his outfit is
Oh.
part of his prime directive.
Nice.
Would you care to share the other shoulder and ride with me?
You're asking Pericles if he wants to get on the
Yeah.
U.S. military weapon?
Yeah.
He's not interested, no.
I find a.
I can walk without the jackboots, thank you.
I find one of the communist-leaning buttons that is on my messenger bag, and I show it to the little frog.
Ah, fellow proletariat! Good to see you, comrade. If you're traveling with these guys, they can't be that bad. They seem bougie, though.
Well, we all have our faults, right?
No?
I pinned a little communist badge on his tuxedo.
Oh my. He's pretty thrilled with that, I gotta say. He now it clearly takes him a second. He is not a complicated AI routine, right? You can literally see it click in his head a few times before he logs that it's a new part of the outfit, and then he immediately makes it perfectly symmetrical. Thank you, comrade.
You are most welcome.
When we kill all the Imperialists, I'll make sure to save you for last.
Most appreciated.
And he turns around, looking quite smart now. Standing his full, maybe 1.5 feet when he's, the little top hat going, a rakish tilt. And starts boldly walking, not in any particular direction, just...
Communists, they just like to march.
Strutting. Not the goose march, but maybe humming the anthem of the Soviet Republic to himself slightly under his breath. Although I don't even know. Like, that's hard to do.
Man, I could get him a little cane so he could do the "Hello, my baby" bit.
That was literally, that was what they were designed to do. They were little dancing frog dolls that you were supposed to clap.
I had to find his missing cane so he can do that for me.
Like Billy the Bass.
Yeah, like Billy the Bass if Billy the Bass had a rudimentary sentience. Oh my god.
And was a better character.
What is my function? You sing. Oh.
You flap on a board.
You flap on a board, yeah.
With a really bad southern accent.
And for some reason we made you sentient. So deal with it. Is that any more wretched than man's existence? I mean, you spend all that time on a board, it leaves you a lot of time to think, at least when people aren't walking past. But yeah.
Okay, so a 7. That's
Yeah.
Black Figure successfully switched it.
Not quite with a race, so he is aware that something transpired, but doesn't seem vexed by it. anything you could manipulate without opening him up was clearly part of his design protocol, so that's fine.
You wish to attempt to see if you were successful. I can interface and give this device data. It
Yes,
is U.S. military, so it is acceptable within my parameters.
yes, let's try it. I just hold the ball up about 4 feet off the ground.
Hey, he's my chief operating officer. I trust him.
Yeah, is it going to be safe?
Interface again.
I'm gonna pull out my cable and interface
First step.
after relieving my weapons. Now that I know that something could happen, I can't do any damage without my Bowie knife and my crossbow. So I relieve those weapons. And then I do so.
Yeah. So you immediately connect. It immediately downloads you. If you don't want to roll against it.
No, I won't.
Yeah, no, picks up every line of code in your operating system. Gets your entire hard drive database, all the memories that you have acquired from files corrupted and otherwise throughout the entirety of your service life, including some that were pulled from the organic mass that passes for your brain still, so it does have some access to some rudimentary memory function from before then, but also has the entirety of your personality matrix uploaded into itself. It says you now comprise 0.0024% of my neural net. Thank you.
I unplug.
You may now have a small inkling of my desire to learn of Project Prometheus.
I understand entirely your desire, and I assure you that that and more will be revealed should we prove successful in this task.
All right.
I believe you are in search of a certain authority figure that I could help you in locating. One Dangle.
Retired Admiral Dangle.
I am aware of his current location.
That is now a tertiary adjunct requirement after this primary mission is complete.
We should gain access to the vault.
He just looks at everyone.
Shall we continue?
Onward.
About time.
And get some big-ass guns to point at the fascists!
Okay.
I pat his top hat.
Blackfinger, can you alter his voice to be less abrasive?
Can I, Will?
Yeah, you can give me a weird science. Well, so first of all, you're gonna have to give me a strength roll, right?
Catch that critter.
Because he's gonna be slapping you with his little frog hands, and you are not. I mean, if it was anybody else, they just grab him and hold him at arm length. But again, we've been through your arm symmetry and physical
St. Louis,
prowess.
Can you hold him still, please?
Now, Pericles. And I will try to hold him with his arms pinned to his side.
Hey, well, what's going on here? This isn't how you treat a comrade. This isn't how you treat a brother in arms. I won't stand for this. This is unacceptable. I didn't know you were born in the jackboots.
Oh, that is such a good voice
Yeah.
you gave him, whatever it was.
Yeah, literally. Oh, fuck. I hate you guys so much. You can pick
Bones of a...
any voice for Pericles with a 21. God damn it.
I want like a super
Okay.
deep, smooth jazz voice.
No, it's more, what do you want to make Will try to do?
So,
Like, what do you
Ryan
want?
is the one that rolled the 21 here, so he gets to pick whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, no, yeah.
Like just the polar opposite, just smooth, deep.
ASMR voice, it's funny.
Very white.
Oh.
Do you care about the struggle of the proletariat?
I do now.
Yeah. No, yeah, so, Pericles goes, hey, you son of a bitch, what are you doing? Get that out of my throat. Oh, never mind. Pericles can get down with this. Maybe people will actually listen to me now. Are you interested in my manifesto?
Yes, send me the PDF.
Yeah, will do, sister. Brother. Comrade.
Comrade is a gender neutral term.
Daddy-o. I don't know why, but now I've got jazz slang, too.
Cool cat.
It's really hard for him to snap in time with his little webbed robot fingers, you know?
Alright, now we sally forth, I assume.
You're still imperialist scumbags who will be crushed beneath the red boot, but, you know, I can dig it.
At least you're tolerable now.
I am not sure what you have done to Pericles, but 98% of my personality matrix approves.
Nice. Already making friends and influencing AI.
Mm-hmm.
I'm included.
They are all squares, man. They gotta get hip to that red life. Better red than dead, and you gonna be dead if you stay imperialist, Daddy-o.
Wow.
You wanna be a cool cat? Why don't you put on one of these armbands? There's no real way to. How do you beat poetry like da da da?
Just puts the armband on.
Da da
Okay.
da. Consolidating the means of production. Da da da. Cha. It's so fucking hard. Oh my god. I had the Pericles person. Alright, he's a dick who's really way too into communism. You know, we've all met one, right? You know? But now he's like a dick who's way into communism that has like just the dulcet tones. It's really hard to do. It's surprising, you know, and I was worried that it was going to be like another like fucked up voice, and it's not. It's the normalcy of the voice contrasting with the abrasiveness of the character. That's really like, I'm glad we're coming up on the mid-show break here soon, because I need to think on the Pericles for a minute. Holy hell. All right.
Oh, it didn't change his personality, just his voice.
No, it did not change his personality, but it definitely... Well, yeah, so that's the thing, right? He still thinks you're all jackbooted imperialist thugs. He still has a really, like, high schooler political fanaticism, right? Like, we're going to share everything after we seize... Oh, we're going to share everything after we seize the means of production, baby. You know, like, how do you do that? How do you mix those two things? I mean, you know... Yeah, but... At any rate... It is just a half mile or so overland to the mouth of a rugged cave in the middle of nowhere. It looks like a suburban neighborhood. No commercial district, no industrial district. It's not like there are warehouses around. Does not look like the kind of place that you would find a military base. But you know that the Shattered Coast was host to all kinds of them all over the place. This was where the Ghost Rock was happening. There are all kinds of labs, subterranean and otherwise. So the mouth of this cave may in fact portend ancient government treasures. But we'll find that out after the aforementioned mid-show break. And I know we're running late tonight, so this is still technically like, it's like 15 minutes before the mid-show break, but it's that natural segue that I had written before I said we were going to go long, right? So like, you know, when you come to this story beat, you still got to hit the story beat. Hey, if you like what you're seeing so far, right, why not follow the show? If you've already followed the show, why not subscribe to the show? Why, you could do it with real money, or you could do it with Amazon Prime. They both spend the same to me. You know, that works. Yeah, you could come join our Discord community. We do nerd art there. We have people that write kick-ass essays on their experiences in their video games. We got people composing music. If you've got some nerd art to come share, anything. I mean, really, like, you're designing a card game, you're programming a video, like, whatever. You know, we love it. We're into creativity, especially on the nerd tip. So come be a part of that. Mock us all for our creative endeavors as we roundly mock one another. And then remember, 3 shows a week, right? It's not just the post-apocalypse. We got Pirates and Cowboys, too. And I know, right? I say, post-apocalypse, right? And then I say, and we got Pirates and Cowboys, right? And it's like, what is this, like 1950? But I assure you, they are both filled with debauchery and horrors. So if you like this, I mean, come on. I'm the guy running those too. If you think, I mean, there's a guy that gets down with jellied eels in the pirate show. I mean, it's almost worse in some ways. But stick around for 10 minutes, and we will be right back. Thanks for watching, guys. And we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break, wastrels and scoundrels. If you will recall, the party has made their way through the remnants of Culver City to a nondescript cavern under what used to be like a Quickie Mart, Circle K, I guess, California, I don't know, a ghost Circle K. There you go. But yeah, there's a bluff and a cave leading into the dripping, dank darkness. I believe this is
I
the
will
area
lead
we
the
want to
march.
go.
I turn on my light, start walking forward.
Good.
But it serves no purpose. But I also turn the one on my shoulder on.
Oh, yeah?
But I mean, Samson
Yeah.
completely like blows it out. So
Well, then you can look other directions and cast a weak light. Mine is kind of just a forward-facing arc because it's hastily duct taped to my
it's like
my body.
Jeep headlights on your chest.
The darkness is moist. Yes, it is a moist and dank darkness. Thank you, Mike James. Welcome. But you find yourselves at the mouth of this cave. There is a ping that travels from the backpack down the length of the cave, audible, right? And Mick says, I detect motion further in.
Excellent. I ready a weapon in each hand.
Yeah, St. Louis also draws one of his smaller knives. He leaves Repentance sheathed at the moment.
Excellent. Melvin reaches down, grabs a handful of soil, and pours it into his mouth. It tastes like sentience. Things live here. Alien
Did he
things.
just swallow the dirt?
You should try it. It tastes like knowledge.
Blackfinger reaches down from Samson's shoulder and grabs a handful from him, and like starts chewing on it.
It literally, it's
Tastes like mud.
yeah, no, it's dirt. Just yeah. Hey, Melvin's going to offer everybody a sample.
The last time I said was the last time.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's a penny. That's excellent. Well done. But Bastion has pretty much the same. His face is lit by the cigarette butt as he takes the last drag, kind of spits it out. Says, "No thanks. I'm all full." Cocks his gun again. Should be said, again, I know I stated this last episode, he is carrying Hellstrom Industries weapons, right, which are biotagged to his person. If you pick it up, it blows up. In fact, if it gets 15 feet away from him, it and him blow up. Right, so he is quite fond of this. In addition to that, they fire caseless ammunition. Right, it is a pulse weapon that literally manufactures the shot out of its ammo reserve, so they cannot be reloaded. You can't take those shells and refill them. You've got to literally get yourself a new pulse battery, which is Hellstrom Industries tech. So despite his eagerness to cock it, it might explain why he hasn't been doing a ton of firing of the thing. That being said, I think Samson and maybe Blackfinger would know that.
It's an excellent intimidation tactic
Yeah.
for anyone that knows what that is.
Mm-hmm. All of his stuff is Hellstrom Industry. The sniper rifle on his back is an experimental Hellstrom Industry model. The pulse rifles, Hellstrom Industries. They are. I mean, should he point them at something and pull the trigger, it's going to do exactly what it's designed to. Yeah, he's got a Hellstrom Industries Thunderer, 10mm, 3-round burst, caseless ammo, and a Hellstrom Industries Condemnation, 50 caliber, caseless ammo sniper.
Bastion,
I say as I'm walking along.
Yeah.
how would you compare Hellstrom Industries cyborgs to myself?
Hellstrom Industries doesn't really have cyborgs. They have automatons. They use AI networks now. Very few of them use the old brain cans. You can still find it, but it's mostly programmed.
If we survive this, I wish you to disseminate your knowledge to me on how to combat Hellstrom automatons.
My advice? You stay the hell away.
That's not typically my operandus, Odai.
All I know is that with you, if you get within 100 miles of Denver, you're scrap metal, and the rest of your buddies here are little chunks of meat. The automatons coming at man until you've heard a Banshee drone flying overhead and a half dozen. Until you've seen one of the warhounds go to work on a refugee. You don't really understand terror and war. And
Perhaps one day.
they've got hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds. A vast, endless army constantly churning out more ghost steel reinforced machines of death. The Combine's not fucking around.
Do you know how to get to Carnegie Hall?
What the hell?
Practice.
There's something
One
wrong.
day.
Something wrong with your programming. Flicks a cigarette, but we should get moving.
Continue in silence.
So, guys, dark cave, foreboding. The light dims. Clearly a puddle of sorts within your peripheries. Looks like the skeleton of some giant creature in there. Blackfinger. Give me a common knowledge roll to -2. You know what? St. Louis, too. Oh, I guess I could share the map. I keep forgetting you guys aren't, like, omniscient. Yeah, no, you're the only one that would really... I
know
guess St.
nothing.
Louis, you could give me a... Yeah. Oh, shit, St. Louis. So, you know, you ain't tussled with one yourself, but this looks like the skeleton of a tiny little desert rattler. And a desert rattler...
Just a wee little desert rattler.
Yeah, I mean, this one was clearly a baby because it's only like 40 feet long, right? Yeah, they are, Well, so if you've seen Dune, right, you take Muad'Dib, right, the, you know, your sandworm, right? And then you take a clutch of 100-foot-long purple tentacles, and you fill its mouth with that, and you have a desert rattler. This is a juvenile in here, obviously long dead, skeletonized remains just jutting barely above the water's surface. But indicative that this was perhaps the hovel of one not that long ago.
Gross.
Grody, Grody to the max.
It smells like home.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that, Blackfinger. If you're gonna give it a good smell, why doesn't everybody with functioning olfactory senses give me a notice roll? Well, Sabrina, it makes sense that you would notice this. I mean, it did not smell like this at all inside Mother. right? It smells like ammonia and rotted fish. There is a thick tang of it hanging heavy in the air, clearly emanating from the oily, brackish pool of water.
Ugh.
In fact, the scent is so profound that it calls your attention to it, and you swear that you caught a ripple in the surface there for just a second beyond the skeletonized remains of the rattler.
I will draw out any enemies we may encounter. Let me take the lead.
I'm gonna start moving forward ahead of everyone.
I jump on his shoulder as he walks by me.
Yeah.
I have to stay next to him. I can't see shit.
Everyone's huddling around me.
Alt, remember to
Dingy's
hold
gonna-
Alt.
Hop on my shoulders and kind of come with me.
And just so
Don't
it's
get
stated,
paws wet.
oh, sorry.
Just so it's stated, you.
I always ride on Samson's left shoulder like I'm driving a car.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that you would know that, but yeah.
I mean, I've seen them around. I've scavenged several.
I guess that's true. The steering wheel's still there.
Do you want to move up to me? Keep pulling up.
The
Sorry.
surface of the water breaks, right? And a gray dorsal fin peeks out of the surface, ripples, whip fast, and then dives under again.
I tug on Samson's ear. I'm like, look, dinner.
I'm going to start moving. You know how comically I crouch down and pretend to stealth?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
8
I'm
feet
doing
tall.
The thing.
Yeah. Thud.
As
Thud.
I motion everyone
Thud.
forward as I go up this way, edging along the wall.
Quiet protocol initiated. Yeah, no. For some reason, I cannot modulate the volume of my voice when I am engaging the quiet protocol. Yeah, so there's clearly a caved-in wall that seems to lead to a government facility of some sort, but as you approach, the fin crests the water, and a foul shark man, what I could best describe. Have you ever seen Street Sharks?
Jawsome!
Yeah, Jawsome, 90s cartoon, you know what I'm saying? So the Great White from Street Sharks, right? Mind
Holy
you,
shit.
less tubular and more gruesome, malformed genetic experiment, rises out of the water, right? The seaweed comes pouring off of him with the brackish surface. His black eyes roll over, black like doll's eyes, right? Teeth flash white, and it lets out a kind of and
Not dinner.
Does it at least have rollerblades?
it doesn't have rollerblades.
Damn.
It's not wearing like bracelets. It's not wearing jean cutoff shorts. It's only a street shark anatomically, right?
Okay.
Not like, whoa, it's totally gnarly. No, it's not even sentient. It's bestial. It's a foul. Somebody said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a shark and take a how do they just kind of scissor or something? Yeah. Yeah, no, I just mashed them together. That scissor joke's gonna land tonight, goddammit. It's gonna land tonight at some point. I don't care if it takes 10 times. That scissor joke's gonna land. But no, it's not. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm not willing to accept it, obviously. But yeah. So somebody, mixed the peanut butter with the chocolate and made a man shark, right? And out of the water behind it pop up 4 fishmen. Right, and if you're thinking Murloc, right, you nailed it. Yeah, yeah, each one with a crude crossbow. Right, they come out the water all SEAL Team 6 style in unison. And it is clear that the Shrek, the Sharkman amalgam, is like their attack dog, and they are, in fact, the hunting party. And with that, initiatives are irrolinated. Oh, well, that's game over. Sabrina's first. Whoosh!
Game over. Yeah, it's
Let me
fireball.
kind of poke to the side. Should I step next to which I can? There's rock away.
Throw Schrodinger at them.
No,
They hate
that's
cats.
fucked
They're
up.
afraid of them.
Yeah, he loves water, I'm sure.
Dingy's staying far away.
And remember, you got the Joker, so you get the +2 on it. It'll auto-track it, but...
Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. I am just going to, yeah, those guys look bad, so yeah, I don't want to die. We're gonna kill them. All of a sudden, some screaming skulls are gonna head out at them. We're gonna do just 2 natural. First at the shark dude.
Excellent. Screaming Soul leaping out of the hand, hitting Shark Dude as he opened his mouth, baring his several rows of teeth and shaking him, knocking several in the first row out, where the back row immediately shifts in and fills, and you can see the teeth sprout again behind them.
And then not long after that.
And then the shaking's all tiny again. Make up your mind.
Nice.
Boom. Hit him again, this time with a raise. As his teeth were coming back in, you went ahead and took out the rest.
Behind it, just
Yeah.
second
They,
time it comes up.
Second skull enters the front of his mouth, enters the back of his head. There's just a big see-through, stands for a second there, and then collapses in a big old bloody heat of Shrek. Might have oversold him a little.
DPS right there.
Right?
Take that. And then I hide behind everybody.
Fair. St. Louis.
All right. I believe, let me see here. How many of those croakers are wild cards?
None. They will have a yellow ring around their token if they are, in fact,
Oh.
wild cards.
Oh, okay, because the croaker shaman has a little wild card symbol by him in the initiative. So I just-
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see the Croaker Shaman yet. I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
That's just some weird nonsense. We're just gonna scroll up here to this other encounter that doesn't exist.
I didn't say that, and
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So St. Louis is going to move forward his full movement.
Should have set up 2 encounters. I'm a foolish fool.
Well, that's my bad. for
I
not
did it
knowing
for
that.
the other map.
All right, and then I'm going to shoot this foremost croaker with my, or at least the one that I think is in range, with my repeating crossbow.
Excellent. Croaker Warrior Alpha, the progenitor Croaker, staring at you, Murlocky, with his black eyes. The fishy ammonia smell hit thick, stinging your eyes and nostrils
Oh,
as you miss broadly.
Miss Broadley, yeah.
Oh, that's because you're
Oh.
shooting it with the shield.
Am I?
Yeah, you gotta unequip your shield. Otherwise, you'll get a negative on your...
Okay, yeah. Give me a second then. I'll re-roll it anyway.
Yeah. That still would have been a 2, so yeah. Stop sign shield is badass. Yikes, no negative that time, but no better on the dice. Just whip.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to miss it.
All right.
The lighting is bad.
It is. It's dim lighting. Technically, there should be a lighting panel. Samson lit up his light, and it illuminates the whole cavern in my benevolence.
I just suck at seeing.
That's fine. I'll just go through these guys that clearly don't exist, because there we go. Yay! He saw you shoot a crossbow at his buddy, and he is going to advance slightly and go la, 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 and return fire with a crude crossbow bolt of his own. And it'll likewise miss, clink, clink, just arrows just banging off walls here and there. What a shameful display.
They hit each other midair.
Right, yeah. Another crossbow bolt. You are in the foreground there. Gonna let loose. Oh, and this one hits. Because you had to take off the shield to fire the crossbow. Oh, no. It's alright. They're not the most damaging thing ever. I say as the dice explode 42 times. No, that wasn't bad at all. Shaken, though, on a 4? What's your toughness?
4.
Holy hell. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you got that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep. But yeah, shook. Not bad. Not bad. Could have been worse. Could have caught a bullet to the neck. We could have been re-rolling St. Louis. Croaker Warrior doesn't exist. Croaker Warrior doesn't exist. Samson.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3 step forward, and I am going to initiate Beast Threat Protocol, and I am going to roll my intimidation. And after I roll that, I will describe how I try to intimidate them away. So I initiate a rapid strobe light as well as an ultrasonic repellent into the water as I kneel down, and then I just stare at them.
Do you want them
menacingly.
distracted or vulnerable?
I want them distracted from the strobe lights and the ultrasonic repellent.
Excellent. They are, in fact, thoroughly distracted. Because that is very distracting. You have a little mini rave there.
The shark is down. The shark is down.
Oh, we're old.
Yeah, I don't know who got that besides you and me.
Oh my goodness, that is gross. Really? Is it just whenever you want? Oh no. Melvin, right, is going to go, now this is frustrating. And he lifts his hands up, right? And his clothes start to ripple ever so slightly. And the next thing you know, he's hovering about 4 inches off the ground, right? And he just floats idly over Schrodinger and gets here and says, your lives, they're forfeit. Oh, no raise. That's shocking. So maybe not forfeit. But the Croaker Warrior 6. What is his tough? Oh, no. Yikes. His eyeballs burst, and he collapses.
Bad day.
Yeah, yeah. It was clear that there was an intense pressure, but it didn't seem to be applied outwardly. It's not like his head was squeezed. It's like somebody from the inside pushed his brains out. Yeah, because his head popped. Melvin stops floating. Croaker Warrior is, well, he didn't care for that. But who is he? I'm not sure. The guy floats up, head explodes. We got Samson there with the distracted. Why is he not distracted anymore? He should still be distracted. Why? Give me a second here. Distracted. Boom, because that's important. Alright. And he is going to fire his crossbow bolt. You know, it's St. Louis. St. Louis is the one exchanging. Oh, yeah, I'm saving the bennies. We got much bigger fish to fry tonight. And is going to miss. Blackfinger.
Okay, so Blackfinger is going to pull a fork out of his bag and then take the handle of a knife and shove that on the end.
Are you playing Knifey Spoony?
And then he's going to break the 2 middle prongs off of the fork and then tape a red button to the handle.
Okay.
And when he presses the button, nothing happens.
Wait,
yes it does.
That's not what happens when we critically fail on our weird science roll to make a device, I'm afraid.
So I was gonna make like an electric fork to touch the water with.
Doesn't matter though. I mean, yeah, it's.
So I'm assuming it's going to electrocute me somehow.
It's
Or
going
you
to.
touch me.
It's going to burst template here is what it's going to do. Let's pull up the rule specifically because we've only had to deal with this once, and that was 5 episodes ago. We'll go players guide. We'll go edges. We'll go junker.
Oh, I'm gonna Benny that. I can't Benny that.
You
can
can't
I?
Benny that. No, that's a critical failure, friend. That's
Oh no.
That's a no-go. And the rules are different for Hell on Earth than they are for the Weird Science. So we gotta just
Roll
want to make
lots of
sure we're doing
sixes.
this right. Like I said, we had to look up one thing a night, and this is gonna be it. Where the hell?
I'm pretty sure it's
Setting
the
roll.
same.
Junkers, Gadgeteer.
Including the malfunction table. Yeah, it's just the same as Weird Science normally is.
Well, the malfunction table happens when you get a normal failure on the roll or a 1 on your trait die. A critical failure is the burst template, I am almost certain. Weird Science, so I gotta look up this. Yeah, of course I do. Alright, give me a second here. Edges, yes. Background edges, yes. Weird Science, yes. PowerPoint, shooting skill, powers each device, malfunction, never purpose, rolls a 1 on a skill die. Malfunction table, But what about with a critical failure?
Just says Junkers use all the rules for Weird Science.
What? And I'm looking up. I'm in the Weird Science table right now. If the device rolls a 1 on the trait roll for the skill die, there it malfunctions, and you roll on the malfunction table. Well, I guess we'll still, since it's not giving me a critical failure one, we will just do that. We will draw you a card, and then we will determine the nature of the malfunction. So 9 of spades. Spades is a glitch. Activates but does the reverse of its intent. Makes the caster glow brightly. Weapon fires at a random target, so on. So yeah, I think it's going to electrocute you in Samson as opposed to the water. That would be the opposite, wouldn't it? What you were trying to do there?
Yeah. Or heal the fish, but that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't really, yeah. So yeah, 2d6. It's the Swex rules. It's not Suede, Toa. It's Hell on Earth is
So
still in
do I
Swex.
just roll my power now, and then it does it to us instead?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I jump down to touch the water, and I trip, and it lands on Samson while I'm still holding on. I guess just roll it in the chat, right?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's with a raise. So you were just doing the flat bolt though, so it'll just be raise damage. So make sure that you click that plus damage dice button on the lower right corner there next to your irradiated symbol. You see that there's a little die down there in the lower left.
Okay.
Yeah, click that and then roll the damage from the bolt. Well, that's not great.
No.
So yeah,
Good job. Nice.
boom, 2 wounds, and boom, holy hell, 2 wounds. So yeah, you shock
2 wounds, huh?
the holy living shit out of both you and Samson. I mean, you are smoldering, right? You're like Anakin when he had the low ground. Oh, lucky break. Completely negate the damage from 1 attack. Now, I wonder, does that negate it for everybody?
I am invigorated. I actually willingly suck in all the energy, and now I'm like, just chugged an energy drink. I'm amped.
It does say completely negate.
It does say
though.
completely negate the damage. Yeah, so we will have you, your very last fail-safe for the, your circuit breaker flipped there. You're going to need a whole new fuse system. But yes, the use of that adventure card. Bamf. You managed to only fuck up.
I'm ready to go. I feel
I'm all energized now.
No positive effect, certainly, no. But you are not damaged.
Roleplay wise.
He's
Just role playing it.
I think this one's going to Blackfinger. Oh. Whip. Oh. Thwip! And the bolt manages to find purchase in between your armor plates and is sticking there in your good arm. Would you like to try Benny to soak?
Yep. Oh, wait.
Now, can you not drag Benny into the soak? Oh, you probably don't get it in the combat check. I keep forgetting we see a different one. All right, give me a vigor roll. That's a single success. You have managed to sake it. Poof.
Woohoo.
Pull it out. Yeah, it's not as bad. It's just a flesh wound. And next round. All right, Samson up first.
Yeah, I guess he was energized. He's like just going all ham. How deep does that water look? Is it pretty?
No way to tell you. I mean, the front bit there is clearly shallow because you can see the skeleton poking out of it, but how deep it gets, they were swimming in it back there, so.
So at that point where the tail is, it's still visible. I'm at 10 feet tall. I'm gonna fucking, oops, bad words.
Yeah, we definitely don't like fucking here.
Let's walk out into the water, to engage. But for now, I'm gonna shoot the one directly in front of me with my crossbow.
Okay. That's a hit.
Ugh.
Unharmed.
You know what? I'm gonna spend a.
Might as
I
well.
got so many of them.
Sitting on a stack. Shaking.
That's fair. I'll shake it.
Excellent. Blackfinger, you're up next.
You're up with me, aren't you?
No, I fell off during that whole
Oh.
debacle.
Okay.
So I stand up, brush my little kneecaps off, and then I'm a little weary of trying that again. So I just raise my crossbow arm up and shoot for that.
Shaking one. The fella in the foreground.
Can I shoot through Samson?
Yeah, there are no rules for that here. Well, I guess now you could roll Snake Eyes and hit Samson, but you're not going to damage him with your crossbow anyway, so.
But yeah, I'm just gonna try and shoot through Samson's legs.
Thank you, Mike James.
Nice.
That's a hit with a raise.
Oh, this might be the first time this crossbow ever worked.
As for a second there, I saw 2 1s.
I did too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's shoot.
Now pops him in the face. He goes, la, 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 falls down.
He blows on the crossbow like it's a pistol.
Oh, yeah. Because why not?
Little spittle.
Melvin the Psychic is up. Are we still doing this? I thought I said that their lives were forfeit. Oh, Jesus, Melvin. You're supposed to be doing better than that, bud. Oh. Croaker number 5, right, lifts out of the water and makes a horrific squelching noise as it collapses into about the size of a tennis ball and plops unceremoniously back into the water. There was too much room in between his atoms. Croaker Warrior number 5 is no more. Oh, look, they even gave him a tiny little blood. All right. They're not there. St. Louis Dufresne, you are hashtag unshook and a half.
Oh, I'm unshaken now?
Yep.
Sweet. How deep did we say this water was?
Hard to tell. Thank you, Toa.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna at least move forward a smidge. I'm gonna stand on the banks just a little bit, try to get.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't judge based on how far up Samson is.
I mean, you can tell where Samson is, that the water's clearly... He's 10 feet tall. It's up to his knees-ish there, you know? The only reason you can see the back half of the skeleton is due to the limitations of Dungeon Draft. I know we're trying to use it as a very precise physical representation. That's clearly not a desert, worm skeleton either. We're gonna actually, it's starting to look pretty draconic now that we're up on it. You know, come on, guys. Water's deep. It's spooky. You wouldn't want to get in it. It smells horrible. There's like a film on the surface that's oily, like almost petroleum, but it smells like fish ammonia. It's clearly filled with croaker dookie. But you're getting on the edge there, St. Louis. Uh-oh. And St. Louis is frozen. So we are going to pretend that St. Louis has put their turn on hold. As we advance through, Croaker Warrior is up, and he is no longer distracted. And he is going to dive under the water in his very aquatic fashion and leap out like Free Willy or something at Samson here and futilely lash out with his claws and bite.
Appreciate you coming to me.
Alright, and miss because, you know, Samson's a trained killer bot and he's a fish dude. Sabrina.
Yeah, I'll just have to finish this. Kind of step over and.
Oh,
What, are you gonna notice the Blee look like you want to
KSing.
keep a pet?
no.
Like,
I don't keep pets.
yeah, I think so.
Except
Going to,
Blackfinger.
it's the best kind. I'm going to just kind of now do a Yanni scream goal towards the guy, cause I gotta do.
Oh, shit. That was the wrong one. So I kicked you, Lisa, and I meant to kick, Rue. So, that's nice. Hey, we're having technical issues. Since we're running long tonight, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back again, guys. There probably should be a Benny emote. And they should be animated and like 40 gigs each. In fact, I think that each time somebody donates a Benny to the GM, it should play like a full-length Hollywood CGI cinematic movie of like the quest to forge the Benny, right? Them gathering the raw minerals from the earth, and then like processing it into the plastics, it being poured into the molds and pressed by some like sweaty arm, sooty bicep guy, right? Yeah, no, I could do a Benny emote though. For all the shit I'm talking about, it's not a terrible idea.
Talk to our image person about that.
Yeah, yeah, I'll have to get to the art department. I'll forward it to them. They've been busy recently.
Yeah.
They fancy themselves a musician now, which is, pick a lane, jackass. But, that's neither here nor there. What is both here and there is this cave filled with, fishmen and government tech and a bunch of weirdos. The weirdos being mostly and predominantly the party in this descriptor. But, oh hell, where were we? Sabrina.
Kick this guy's ass. Yep, right there.
Yeah. Screaming Skull firing out the hand hits. They're too powerful. They're too good, these Screaming Skulls. They're too good. Oh, there. That's what I get. You want Benny that?
So
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, because it kind of like just gummed him.
Mm-hmm.
Did that work? Did I drop it in the right spot? No. Nope,
Just into the chat. Yeah.
I dropped it. There we go.
He's eating Screaming Skulls for breakfast.
Okay.
Still technically clinging on Samson. Maybe they're like, just whiffing him because you're trying not to hit the cyborg guy.
Yep, nope. Cyborg guy can get hit on accident. Come on.
Shaking.
Can I up it to, say, a juiced Screaming Skull? Because I'm so angry.
You gotta declare it. Yeah, at the first,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. We're going.
Oh, again? Alright, yeah, fuck it, yeah. That's in for a penny, in for a pound. Oh. No, poof.
Okay.
So you get
Poof.
to pick the best? Or?
Poof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, it's shaking.
Shaken.
Okay.
Let's do.
Good, I told you it's mine.
Doesn't deserve to live.
And next round. Sure enough, Samson.
I pointed at it like I'm a WWF wrestler, so those are the rules, right?
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. All right, yeah, you know this thing is becoming a fish kebab. Yeah.
Oh no. Again, Dominion roll for every pun. It's the Manitou clearly driving you to make those kind of
Those are the
choices.
bosses.
What are we doing, Samson?
Machete.
Oh, machete lashing. Oh, I see. Those are the machete glasses. Yeah, that'll probably do a 21. Mm-hmm.
Make it a fish kebab after all.
Yeah,
Alright.
Andy was already shaken, so yeah. You literally,
Yeah.
I get the feeling we're going to have the grossest sushi ever here. Yeah, 3 wounds, not a wild card. Yeah,
Right through the mouth.
Mm-hmm. Guts come pouring out him as you fillet him on the spot. Landing with wet gouts of plopping noises in the fetid water below. Even Dingy's like, nah, I'm good. Which again, everybody else hears is...
Combat over.
Yep, combat over.
All right, turn around and lift it up out of the water and say,
Hasta la vista, Froggy.
and I will walk over and
How many Dominion rolls? I'm gonna stop making idle threats. I swear to God, that's too much. No, all right, yeah. So, clearly, there was some intelligence behind this. What started as a dank and fetid cave system. As you know, there's a broken away wall here that leads into some kind of a bunker.
Yeah, guys, come check this out. And I kind of wave everybody over.
I'm gonna whisper to Blackfinger as they all move
Oh.
past me and away.
Oh,
I get-
I sprinted off with them.
Oh no, I'm gonna try to grab you and put you on my shoulder.
Oh, now he's gonna physically manipulate you. Like you
Oh,
his
yeah, because,
property?
You constantly
This is
want to be
gonna-
up there.
This is gonna be an opposed roll because Blackfinger really wants to get in that bunker.
Agility.
Agility for both.
Yep. Your little legs are pedaling in the air as he casually reaches up.
Patience. I will give you a
Premium view.
Swinging, trying to break free.
Yeah, no, metal grip.
I have concerns. I am experiencing a memory leak. I need diagnostics run as soon as possible.
Fine.
Systems are damaged. Memories are surfacing. It is a breach of security protocols.
I'll be damned, this is a DoD bunker, says Reese. I recognize the architecture. It's third wave.
I'm gonna go in there with him, start observing the bunker. Is there medical facilities that could handle doing diagnostics on a cyborg in here, or is it just pure military combat?
You would have no way of ascertaining that from the, the busted down wall of the room you're in now.
Okay.
That being said, I will take a vision-based notice roll from everybody in there.
Looks like a room to me.
Does in fact look like a room to you. Sabrina, Samson, and St. Louis. And let me clear this Joker bonus here. Boom. Oh, that's weird. Why did it? Oh, that's just alright. You're moving in there. Let's get you in there. You notice there is a raised pedestal with a faded and flickering holographic display. Two overworked devices of some sort seem to have power running through them due to the electricity that frequently arcs from them into the cables that run along the wall to what appears to be a sealed blast door to the north. Sabrina and St. Louis, you notice in the corner of the room there is a security camera with a red light, and it has swiveled and fixated on Reese and is tracking him as he approaches the pedestal.
Ooh.
St. Louis acknowledges but says nothing.
This is a DoD. This is a military. This is not a private facility.
Yeah, Department of
So-
Defense, yeah.
Reese, I do not believe you have the proper protocols or credentials to approach. Should I?
I'm not sure you're going to be able to make heads or tails of this yourself, but you're welcome to.
I step back against the
Oh.
wall.
I feel like I'm just guessing at this, but maybe that pedestal might. In my knowledge of the DoD, do they do full analysis of folks? Like, have I ever heard of anything that might be a scan of some sort?
No.
Well, it is my duty to protect those weaker than myself. I
jump down.
So the pedestal seems to have 3 slots on it, right? Only the south-facing slot is filled with a long elongated column and a red light on top of it. Both the slots to the left and right are empty and have a hole where, one could assume that something was supposed to go.
Blackfinger's gonna go look down this hallway.
Yeah.
Samson's just gonna follow I'm gonna pull my little computer interface nodule out and swing it in my hand.
There
There's a
is,
door.
there is a door there, but yeah, it looks like you would access it through the security terminal on the wall.
All right, I'm gonna go look at the security terminal.
Yeah, sure enough, door opens up.
Does the camera move anymore, or does it just stay?
That camera, it's still tracking the people in that room, but, were they to be
So it's
paying
just, like,
attention,
kinda-
all the cameras are tracking. There are several in the corner of each
That's
room. They
normal.
seem to be observing. In this room, there's caution stripe, there's a bunch of fans, there's some kind of console terminal, and on a pedestal at the very end, there appears to be one of those elongated columns with the red light on top.
I want to check in front of me to see if it's safe to step forward.
But
Okay.
give me a notice roll.
I'm gonna brace in the doorwell just in case this is a trap room, like a blast door might fall. So I put my hands up to like hold the door open in case he does something stupid.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have
That's
Titan
that's
strength, so
yeah, okay. You're making a lot of bad choices tonight, but okay.
I'm gonna walk up to this terminal and check it out.
There are a bunch of button displays blinking indecipherably on it, in addition to a big red button in front of the monitor. It says status normal.
The big red button, does it have any sort of indication of what it does?
No, nothing.
Are there any wires to this camera in this room?
They appear to be mounted in the walls proper. Are you climbing up there taking a gander?
Sure. Yeah.
It certainly, you can get on top of the crates and get, close enough to almost touch the thing. It tracks you up to the bottom point of its field of view and clearly reaches there and then goes back to and reset the console there.
Can I rip it off the wall?
You could certainly attempt to jump up there with an agility roll and then give me a strength roll.
Okay, sounds good.
Pop off the boxes easy enough. I need a raise to... Well, you get a strength roll. You managed to hang off the thing, but it is secured to the wall there. It is well constructed.
I'll spend a Benny to reroll that.
All right.
Nope.
In here, just trying to destroy government property senselessly.
Nobody's watching, so I'll drop off of it.
Spending time in bunkers like this, can I roll to see if I remember seeing a terminal or like what this button would do?
There's nothing that indicates the purpose of this room to you. Aside from holding that doohickey at the far end.
I want to inspect these fans too.
Appear to just be ventilation leading into the floor.
Well, I guess I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess Blackfinger's gonna press the button.
Nothing happens.
Can I examine the pedestal here?
Yeah. Pedestal seems to be slotted into powering the device.
Samson, where's that ball?
I think I still have it.
St. Louis does, in fact,
In
have
the
it.
other room.
Let's go talk to the ball.
I've started to make.
Affirmative.
Do you have the ball?
Do you mean Mick? I have him right here, and I lift the flap up on my messenger bag, and undo the satchel.
Ball. What are these pedestals?
I am uncertain. They're not Adam.
I'm gonna lift Mick out of the satchel and just kind of hold him because he's got like a green eye on him or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Low lens. Mm-hmm.
Fiber eye. Okay. Yeah.
Let me see him for a moment.
Are you going to try to dismantle him?
No. No, I'm going to reverse it so that he can download himself into that console over there.
All right, I hand him over.
Was it a weird science at a -2?
What console are you trying to download him into?
The one with the red button.
The pedestal or the terminal in the middle of the room? There's no interface on the terminal in the middle of the room or the pedestal. There's one on the interface in the main room. The hologram table certainly has one.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it in the hologram table then.
Is there any chance, with my military knowledge, of getting any insight to this DoD facility from others I've seen?
I mean, first of all, you're not in the DoD facility yet. I mean, you're on like the outskirts of the atrium of it, and no, certainly not. Again, remember, you died before the bombs fell. There was several years of technological development and military development after that point, and you certainly, with your rank and status, were not privy to the vast majority of government secrets. Just the same as any special forces soldier wouldn't know 99.9999% of the functions of the military.
I tried.
Yeah, let's. I put Mick on the hologram and have him interface with it.
Which way are you trying to get it to go?
I'm trying to let. Trying to figure out what these are for. So I guess we need to let him download information. So I was gonna reverse it because right now we can only. Well, no, it's already set up. So yeah,
You want him to download? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
This appears to control the blast door mechanism to the north.
How
This
do
will
we
gain us.
control it?
It appears as though some combination of these keys.
Does it say if they're safe to grab?
No, no, explicitly, no.
All right, I'm just gonna go back and try and pick one of them up.
Alright, pick a side of the door, Samson. You can't hold it open. You can be in the room or out the room. Out the room?
Is he frozen?
Is he? He might be. Yeah, wow, it's a night tonight, huh? Maybe not the most stable build of Fantasy Grounds they've ever released, gang. Alright, well, I am going to assume outside, because that'll make it easier without his interaction. Do you lift the thing off the pedestal?
Yeah.
The door closes, right? And the button on the middle console lights up, and a countdown begins. 10. 9.
Okay,
8.
So when I see the number 9, I put the pedestal or put it back down.
7.
I pick it back up and then I go
6.
press the red button.
10. 9. 8. 7.
Are these fans spinning?
6. No.
I press the red button.
10. 9. 8. You guys can hear this echoing through the door as well. It's, countdown keeps resetting. I imagine a much more frantic Blackfinger.
What are these things on the walls here?
Appear to be some kind of nozzle.
Nozzle?
Mm-hmm. Like they open and emit something. Oh, nope, that door is locked in there. You're trapped outside that room, St. Louis.
That's right.
Actually,
So
I need to lock that door, honestly. Here,
we can just all hear it though, right?
Huh?
We can hear the countdown though.
Yeah. What is it? Middle mouse button? I
Yeah.
forget what locks it.
Getting to like 3 and then going back up to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does it look like I could fit through this grate if I could pull it off?
You are emphatically not strong enough to get that grate up and off. Sorry, little dude.
Is there anything else
6.
on this terminal?
5. I mean, a bunch of indecipherable glowing buttons. The countdown is lit up on the monitor now. I mean, it's clearly a countdown.
Bastion, open this door. Come help.
We're not getting that door open unless you've got some C5 on you. C7, I'm not sure how many C's advanced we are at this point in the future.
Well,
No, it's a solid blast door. The reason Samson couldn't hold the thing is because we're talking like a foot of steel came slamming down there. Yeah, it's... How about we put a little blast window in it, though, so you can watch him increasingly panic, because that's fun.
he put his hand up and it says not.
Right. You gotta, yeah. He takes off his wedding ring, right? Puts it up against the glass, yeah. No, all dramatic. Mm-hmm.
All right.
6.
So he's gonna press
5.
the big button again,
10.
and then he's gonna press the
9.
furthest button to the top left on the console.
8. 7. 6.
Press
5.
the big button.
10. 9.
Presses the button
8.
next to the one he just pressed before.
7. 6. 5. 4. 3.
He does
2.
that for like all of the buttons.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems to increase the speed of the countdown.
Keep restarting, right?
So no matter what like combination I try, it just starts speeding up.
It just, yeah.
And putting the thing back down on the pedestal doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do it, no.
What if I shove it in one of these nozzles?
I mean, well, they're closed still. I mean, maybe when the countdown ends, the nozzles will open up and you can see what that's all about.
I mean, I don't really have any other choice at this point, so I'm gonna run all the way back up to against the door and like curl up in a little ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably a pretty pathetic sight, frankly. You huddling there as the countdown goes off, right? 3, 2, 1. Please do not stare directly into the nozzles. Decontamination sequence beginning. And the room is filled with a soapy, sudsy... comes farting out of the nozzles, brackish and brown with rust at first, and then a clean white foam, right? Would fill up the room typically to, somebody's knees, but I mean, you're huddled in the corner, it's just the tip of your head above, and then engaging room purge sequence, the fans in the floor kick in, right? The suds start to de-elevate, right? They come down there, and the whole room, including yourself perhaps for the first time in your whole life, are sparkly clean and decontaminated as the door lifts up. Decontamination sequence completed. Thank you for not staring directly into the nozzle.
Whoa, you guys need to try that.
He is sparkly. Like,
Not pretty.
he comes in, like, his little wisps of hair are all permed. Like, I mean, he's got a man perm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is the closest thing I've seen to a salon yet. Get out of my way.
Right, yeah. Well, you're gonna have to put the thing back in and pick it up again. You'll get the 10-second countdown. The door's gonna close. Yeah, but you guys you can get in there and get super clean, extra clean.
This is what I was.
My nefarious trap.
Will, I need new character art.
Yeah, I know, just super clean character art.
Clean
Just
finger.
immaculate.
Clean.
Clean finger? Oh no. No, for some reason that's way worse than black finger. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to put the kibosh on clean finger. Alright, guys, but with that established, we have gotten out of the room with one of those peg-shaped slot doohickeys.
I'm going to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Logic would dictate, of course, and open the door.
Right, it's almost like a classic dungeon, just sci-fi'd up, right? Like this is a normal, everyday, you know, like it's almost like I ripped this idea from something I've already run a couple of times and just like threw a fancy techno spin on it. You know, no. It's all original. It's all original all the time, baby. Yeah, no door. Yeah, for sure, pops right open, and inside there are the remainder of those guys that totally weren't there everywhere. One of the fishmen is hiding behind the pedestal, right? And he appears to have a staff, right, with Shrek teeth in it and fish scales, right? And he goes, la, 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 la. And they all seem beholden to him. He's slightly larger than the rest of them. I guess you could say that his, you know those kind of clear teeth on the deep sea fish, the angler fish, where their teeth aren't entirely opaque. They're almost glassy. They got the black root. I mean, he's got a mouthful of those fucking things, right? Like, and he points at you guys, and you are clearly in his special hidey hole. Looks like the wall caved in here some time ago, leaving the water channel in between the two areas, and they have been making this their home from both the accumulation of croaker filth and the smell. But we are away. Uh-oh, croaker shaman up first. That's right, they have shamans. Don't you feel bad for their sentient creatures, guys? God. Just treating them like they're fishmen. Like, they have meaning in a life. This one's name is studied for 8 years to be the shaman of his group. But, yeah, he is going to slam his staff on the ground twice, right? Indicating that he has juiced his version of Screaming Skull, right? And he is going to wave his staff around in the air, right? And it is going to conjure what looks like an ethereal eel, glowing green, and just launch it straight out the way there. Right into Samson. So we got that, and then we, let's see here. Boom. Hit Samson. For all the juice. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh!
Guess I should have saved that card from last
Yeah,
time.
you might have saved that card. I didn't. That's so he shouldn't have done that. I mean, it's a mighty 3d6. But that's 25 on 3d. That was gross. Yeah, but I mean, the eel comes just ratcheting through the air. Well, it's 3 wounds. You're not dead, and you have bennies for soaking. Oh shit, you don't have. Well, you should. How many bennies did you have? You had like 5, didn't you?
Yeah.
It reset everybody's bennies.
Okay. I'll try to soak.
Not mine.
Or is it just not showing your bennies?
Mine are fine. They show up fine on the stream too.
I was gonna say my art percent is kind of wonky, so I just don't think I can see him.
Oh yeah, they broke this version of it. That's 1 off.
Alright, so I'm at 2. Okay, 2 damage.
It's those savage worlds, y'all.
I'm going to retreat in my turn, if I'm alive.
Mayan Sampson and Tiny 1. Excellent. St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis's art isn't showing the bennies, but they're showing it down in the bottom. It's weird. I don't
I
understand.
see my own bennies on my side, but it's no big deal.
Oh, I'm looking up here. He's saying that
Touch.
Samson got bennies, Omaya and Sabrina, and St. Louis need one. Fuck it. Why not? Boom. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Why did that? It should have just given her the Benny. Give him the Benny when I say. Oh, no. What? What? I just took one of my Bennies and then spent it on a soak roll for you magically. Why can I not give you a third Benny? What the? I need a young priest and an old priest. Fantasy Grounds, I have had enough of your shit tonight. All right. There we go. Fancies. All right, here we go. Croaker, I'm in. Yeah. Huge blow. Even he was like, whoa.
I stagger back. Remember, I was overloaded from the electricity last time. So this time, when the arc hits me, it's like doubly powerful.
Yeah, no, bananas, yeah. Croaker Warrior number 7 is going to follow up with a crossbow shot because he doesn't know any better. Oh, come on. That's just rude, Fantasy Grounds. What is going on? Turned on my Croaker badass cheats, apparently, because, oh, what the fuck. Yeah, so somehow, with a crossbow, a normal Croaker shitty crossbow, he is hit with a raise, upped it to 3d6, and the AP2 has tossed another wound on. They are fucking cleaning your clock, Samson.
I'll try to soak it.
And then the -2 was because of the soak there. Yeah, poof. Yeah, pull it out. You know, it fucked with your hydraulics momentarily. Backup systems came in and stabilized. Sabrina, you just see Samson getting lit up there. He opened that door and it's just magic and primitive projectiles and
Remember, I'm the
I only
tank.
heard
That's why I'm
that.
here.
Yeah, I didn't even see
You'd
that.
be dead.
I just heard commotion.
That would have literally gibbed anyone else in the party. Yeah, that was a
Anyone
ridiculous.
else would be dead.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's
That's
so.
why I opened the door.
So are you crouched by chance?
You can fire magic around him.
Or
It
can I-
turns
can
out.
I fire
Yeah.
around him?
mhm.
Okay.
I'm so
wonderful.
big you can look between my crotch, like at eye level.
That's true. It's,
probably.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then I am going to shoot a couple juice screaming skulls through your crotch. Does magic can I choose the shaman in the back, the head honcho, or do I have to go through the shark first?
No,
for
you
the
can definitely aim at head honcho. Yeah, you can go nuts. Any
More
one of
than
those guys
happy,
is free game, fair game.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a 2-shot, and just because we've got some big wigs and they're hurting my friends.
Right.
You guys gotta keep me alive. Okay, hit raise.
Boom. Hit with a raise. Lord of mercy. Yeah, he takes 3 wounds from that first screaming skull. Magic. I mean, it's like the end of Harry, but it's a battle for Hogwarts over here.
Yeah.
Thwap.
Leave my
Thwap.
down.
Thwap. You're the last Horcrux, he says. I don't know if that's how it goes. I watched it once because my wife loves it. Don't hurt the messenger.
Ah, goodness. Okay, so he's still technically alive then, right? Should I attack him again?
Yeah, you got that. He's got 1 wound left. I mean, you fucking rung his bell with the first one for sure. I mean, again, Savage Worlds works both ways, right? Second one's a hit, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's sufficient. Yeah, he slaps against the wall. His bone staff, when it was held together by seaweed and good intentions, falls into its disparate parts, right? And the rest of them are like, wait a minute, what wasn't he Croaker Jesus? He told us he was Croaker Jesus. I'm starting to have some doubts as to the veracity of his claim, but they're all saying that to each other and la 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 la. We're getting through it tonight. Reese is, you guys having problems over there? Shrek is going to come up and street shark Samson here. Teeth. Boom! You know what? Fuck it. I do have 5 I haven't spent a single Benny tonight.
You gotta kill me. Come on.
Well, no,
Give it to me.
then they've got to pay the, then the audience has to pay the Samson tax. These do actually hit pretty hard, though. You're not supposed to let it bite. Not that hard, though. Holy hell. Holy hell!
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Well,
like rip my servos in half.
Benny, throw that Benny on that soak roll. Let's see what that does for you, and then see what the audience does for you.
I'm already at -3 on my.
Oh
roll,
yeah,
so-
I mean, still, you can
Yeah, I
explode. And then we got audience wound buying. People
Well,
have
No, I
saved up
think
a
the
lot of
audience
points.
wants- Nah, they want me dead.
no,
Why?
I
Why
can
would the audience want you? You're like a fan favorite. You tripping?
I can
Okay.
actively see this going on. Shit, never mind. Use the Benny. Go ahead.
Okay, no.
Well, he can get the Benny back
So-
if you have an adventure card or something.
Yes, I do have an adventure card that I could use for him.
Oh,
Well,
did?
there you go. You just
Oh,
removed 2 of those wounds there with that.
Okay.
Which still, I mean, you're still on like.
I'm still over.
Yeah, you're still over. What's the adventure card?
So I can not today, Shark Boy. But you can basically cause it to automatically fail as a critical failure to any character's attack roll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
No.
okay.
Yeah. Typically that'd be done before we roll damage, but I'll lie.
Oh, cool. There, dropped that. So now I
Oh.
can see the shit that's going down, because before I had no idea when he got hit the first time, but now I'm like, oh.
Play F2. Okay.
All right, Samson.
Oh, goodness.
It did, but he's
Okay.
not a wild card, so there's no.
Yeah, so the critical
If he's a
failure.
wild card, they have bad effect. If they're extras, they don't actually critically fail.
Tripped. Bit his tongue.
Samson,
All right,
remain
I'm gonna
shaken
step-
unless you
Oh,
Benny
I'm
out.
shaken.
Yeah, you
Oh.
failed your spirit roll there, so you gotta unshake if
Oh,
you
yeah.
would. Yep.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to step to the side, and I'm going to flay the shark
Mm-hmm.
because I need to ingest meat so I can start healing process. Okay, here we go. Knife in hand, twirl it, gut with machete. Whoa!
Whiff.
Wait, I've got to try to do it.
Oh, and you got Benny's to spare.
No, I'm just.
Whiff.
I'm like, I'm all like damaged. Okay, I'm not gonna spend any more bennies on that. I need to save them so I don't die. So I'm
Croaker
done.
Warrior number 2. I mean, you're the one in the room there. Crossbow bolt. Whip. Kind of hard to miss the wall. Also very hard
I
to
am the
damage the
wall.
wall. Blackfinger, you're up.
So how does Samson's healing work again?
It would probably not be attempted. Well, no, I mean, you can roll a healing or a repair.
Like, could I run up and like start doing repairs on him mid-combat, or is that something that has to wait till after?
I have to wait until after combat.
No combat mechs. Okay. So this Shrek right in front of me. I'm gonna take 2 metal rods out of my backpack and stick them on either side of this hallway. And then I'm gonna take a giant rubber band out of my backpack and put it between those 2 rods. And then I'm going to take a bunch of junk and I'm going to try and use it as a slingshot at this thing.
All right.
Let's see. Weird science. And they all just kind of like fall out.
Yeah, thud, 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 thud. Oh. Yeah, it turns out you want to apply the tension before you put the rocks in the... Missed a step. Unless, of course, you want a Benny, because that wasn't a critical failure.
Yeah, I'll Benny that one.
Alright, yeah, let's back up here. Boom. Weird science. Ooh. There we go. That's why we Benny.
Okay, the non-elastic cloth suddenly became elastic. And then the power.
And remember, that's with a raise. Who are you hitting with that? The Shrek?
The Shrek.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
meant
no,
to-
that wasn't actually with a raise. Never mind. Hmm. And that was
And the
terrible.
bolts just kind of like bounce off.
I mean, you can Benny that too. Although
Yeah,
now I'm
we're
thinking
getting
in
close.
Swix there might actually be the fucking. This might be the version that has an edge specifically you need to Benny, but I don't like that. I think you should be able to Benny damage. Or maybe it's Swayed. It's one of the two.
Well, I mean, it's getting towards the end of the night, so yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go
Benny
ahead and do it.
Benny. 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 Mm-mm-mm.
And I'll go ahead and spend the last one too.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? In for a Benny, in for a pound.
Oh man. Okay.
Yikes. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
no.
my
I mean,
turn.
so, like, the shark is the tough one. Like, I think the first encounter gave you guys a bit of a misnomer because she went and blew its head off with her screaming skull, right? And you were like, well, fuck the shark, right? The shark's actually, I mean, it's got a good bite, it's pretty tough. It's the croakers that are like, we're firing fish crossbows at you, right? But St. Louis, you're up.
Got a
Yeah.
tit off.
So I have one question.
Yeah.
Can I heal Samson? Or
Yeah,
attempt to?
you can walk up and heal Samson.
Okay.
You can lay on hands. No, repair is just something. It takes time to repair those systems. You can't just like slap a piece of duct tape on them and be like, "You're good." Your magic healing, however. Oh. Uh-oh, did you freeze? She froze again, guys.
Oh,
Oh no.
You trying
This
to
is-
say my
thi-
my mechanics aren't magic?
This has crashed two people's. So Fantasy Grants Unity tonight, guys, has crashed 3 times. Twice for one player and one for one player. I emphatically cannot recommend this $140 piece of fucking virtual tabletop software. I just don't buy it. Don't spend any money on it. It's God. If I wasn't in a $3,000 hole on it, I would not use it at all. This is frustrating and silly. But I'm going to go ahead and lay on hands for St. Louis. Oh, and a single success removing a wound.
all right. Look at that. Magic does not compute. Must still ingest flesh.
We got you covered. I got.
All right. Excellent. Samson? Oh, wait. Is that? No. What am I talking about here? Oh, God. Is it
I was like,
talking
I'll
for
go
me
again.
now? All right. There we go. Melvin's up. What is it? It's his smarts times 3? Oh, my God. He's going to go, I'm getting really tired of this, guys. And, try and squeeze somebody with his mind again. No raises. That's Melvin. You suck, Melvin. Nobody likes you.
Can
D10.
Messy grounds with his mind.
Yeah. Oh wow. And one of the fish dudes gets a little blue nosebleed. Right. But does not get injured. Resists Melvin's unyielding grasp. Croaker Warrior number 8, crossbow and Samson's. Hits. He magically heals the meat bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I have
can't.
one wound left.
Yeah, you can't heal a cyborg entirely with either or, right? And repair can't. You can't bang out repair. There's no repair spell.
Yeah, so like the one wound now can be repaired mechanics.
So it's like you gotta split the difference with them. So you always need somebody that can heal the meat and the robot bit.
I'm surprised they didn't give Junk or something like that.
Missed there.
Specific to this universe.
Well, you need teamwork.
Uh,
When
you
you
know,
have a cyborg
and this
zombie,
is-
you need teamwork.
This is an old Oh shit, what am I doing here? I'm just throwing dice. There we go. Let's actually roll it over Samson on this last croaker. Whip, miss, excellent. They're gonna update this to Suede at some point, and I'm sure they're gonna fix all the rule system still has some inconsistencies. But Croaker Warrior 7's up. But he's not gonna spend his turns reloading the crossbow, so he's gonna come up here and try and attack St. Louis. And Tink, parried away by the stop sign shield. I am sure, knowing what I know about St. Louis Dufresne right now, that they would attack back with their sword. Repentance, slashing back at the fishy underbelly of the croaker and hitting him. Blade finding purchase in the soft flesh and only shaking him. Lots of shaking tonight. Croaker Warrior number 2. Not going to reload either, so he's going to run up there and try the old claw bite Samson. He's going to get a 1 on that because that's about how that should shake out. And Sabrina's up.
Okay, I'm running out of PowerPoints. I'm gonna have to start using some ingredients to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Got a cleaver.
So.
Yeah, maybe not the melee tactician, you know?
No. So I'm gonna stand from afar still, focusing on the shark with the biggest bite. I'm gonna actually do 3 shots of the juiced screaming skulls.
At the shark?
Kind of. I'm gonna
Or are you gonna 1 each of them? Try and clean that?
Actually, I'm gonna try to clean, but the shark is gonna be focused, so if one doesn't take him down, the next one's going at him again.
You gotta declare.
Okay, then we'll do all 3.
Alright. Trying to take out the front row there. 3
Yeah.
burst screaming skulls, dropping ingredients for the first time.
Yeah.
So witches are able to supplement their power pool with a variety of, Eye of Toad, Dong of Dude.
What the?
Wow. That was, you want to Benny that. That was terrible damage.
Yep, definitely.
I guess that was actually flat dice. That was statistically even damage. As expressed again there, apparently. Holy hell.
That? Screw you. You're
2, you got 2 more, but, I mean, yeah. Is this the shark? Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we get it now, so we get it. Holy hell, you go. Shaking. 900 wounds. Yeah. And it turns into a fine red mist.
Okay, next. And
Miss, yikes.
And next.
Oh, no. That's not just a miss, that's a critical failure. So now we gotta do with witchy critical. I think it just shakes you, though. I think you actually get it really easy compared to everybody.
Yeah.
You're just like, nah, I'm just kind of shook.
I'm just gonna.
Hell, witches take, like, damage.
Yeah.
I need to take a look here. No, I think they literally have the, like, it compared to everybody else's failure rules, I want to say they have the best. Let me see here. Playing a witch. Ingredients, learning new spells, blah, 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 blah. Components, cast a spell, opt to use ingredients for power points, consume completely. Grounds for ingredients, limit how many ingredients, yada, yada. 1 on the witchcraft die, you are shaken. Yeah, literally that's it.
My awesomeness.
And now if they're a male, if they're a warlock, if they critically fail, they take a wound and are shaken.
Yep.
But since she's a lady, and this game is totally sexist,
Affirmative action.
yeah, she only gets shaken by it. It's literally, it is, compared to, like, Blackfinger can blow up. He can turn into just 2 little legs standing there in a blackened circle, right? And she's like, ooh, I'm a little fatigued by that.
Yeah.
Not even fatigued, just shaken. But unfortunately, being shaken, that ends the murder spree altogether right there.
Super grumpy.
Samson. No spell backlash, seriously. None at all. No malfunction table, no backlash table, just shaken. Unless they're a warlock, then they're shaken and wounded.
Tactical analysis. is that all superior units have been destroyed. It is time to,
Initiate demoralization.
and I'm going to attempt an intimidation to spook them the fuck out.
Now, I forget. Let me take a look here.
Overwhelming, just shock and awe.
You can only intimidate a single target. That's what's been wrong with this. Yeah, you need an edge to be able to intimidate multiple people. I was like, damn, intimidation is fucking strong. We can hit it up.
Yeah, we need to get a special edge for that.
Yeah, there's one that lets you intimidate a group or a medium burst template or something like that.
I gotta stop using intimidation. It's pointless. I'm just gonna kill. Yeah. Death is always better than a chance to make them cower.
I know that on Wednesday the new fellow there, Gentry, he has it. He can group intimidate. Oh yeah, there you go. You might as well just be swinging that machete.
Yeah, I mean, I could intimidate
Whack,
just
smack,
as
chopping
easily.
that meat. Thank you, Johnny. There you go. Yeah, cut him down in his fishy prime. Oh, Croaker Warrior number 4. Yeah, now Samson, he's gonna run up and try and claw you because they ain't bright. Yeah, no, that's that. He gets what he deserves. You get what you deserve, Croaker. Oh, but now he's like, oh, gang up bonus though. This is gonna do it. Watch, he's gonna be like 9 wounds. I'm talking shit right now, and he's gonna. No, whiff, whiff, whiff. Blackfinger.
You had your chance.
Very quiet, Blackfinger. Almost inaudible. In fact, inaudible. There you go.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry. I think Blackfinger is just gonna try and shoot past St. Louis here at that middle croaker.
Mm-hmm. Now the one on the left is already shaken, so you only need to shake him to kill him, because 2 shakes equals a wound.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna aim at him.
Yeah, because the text on their tooltips is so small, it's really
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Shaking the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
All right.
And then I guess I'll move right there. That's my turn.
Melvin's getting really tired of this.
My opinion.
It's still wow, a raise, and it gets a 7. Come on, bro. 8 there, tough. Fuck all. Yeah, nothing. He just gets a really constipated look on his face.
Samson just shakes his head. Like this half-rate psyker and the dude that he doesn't even think could shoot his gun. He can just stand there and look cool.
Sabrina, you remain shaken unless you drop a Benny.
I will do that.
Oof. Unshakulated.
Unshaken. Going to continue using up the rest of the ingredients, casting 2 Screaming Skulls at the Croaker Warrior so I can see.
Excellent. Probably sufficient, yeah. Bamf.
Super angry face.
Mm-hmm. Tearing through ingredients at this point. Now you have to go and, like, gather them.
I know. I haven't had to...
Bamf. As you tear the soul out of these fishmen, it begs the question, they must certainly have souls to tear out, then. Are they any further from the spark of divinity than man?
You know, I don't think fish feel anything. I mean, have you heard these guys, like, scream or anything?
Emphatically, yes. Yes, there's been lots of...
Well, no, I don't think so.
And that's another wound. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Well, of course, it makes it easier to sleep tonight to think that they weren't, like, going home to their family tonight and going to bring your meat to them to help raise their clutch.
No, I'm taking their meat. Oh, no.
Hey, your words. You firing? Did you do 3? Last one coming off?
No, it was only 2. That I
Oh,
did.
okay.
I was just a regular Screaming Skull.
You hear Melvin from the other room. You finally hear Melvin from the other room. Holy hell.
He heard me like mocking him.
So 26 and 16 together. I don't know why I rolled that in two separate groups. Yeah, so that one just ceases to exist. Whereas the one before got turned into a tennis ball, this one is shrunk down to the size of a pea. Just and hits the ground quite hard, you know, because it still has the same mass, the same constituent weight. He's just literally removed all the space between its atomic structure, making it denser than steel.
I'm gonna pick that up and use that as a weapon at some point.
Like, honestly, I would. You're probably looking at a 120-pound pea, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna do something with it.
Make sure to note that in your, even though you got 800, because that's pretty heavy even for you.
Yeah, I'm writing down 120-pound pea.
St. Louis, that's going to come back to bite me in the ass. I can already feel it. Just
You guys still hear that?
I'm gonna find something to do with that.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna. If this guy's still here, then I'm gonna.
yes, he did. Go ahead. Sorry. I can hear you. I was talking to the audience there. I have a bad habit of doing that. Excellent. Repentant slashing out. Catching Croaker Warrior. The final Croaker. The final Croaker. She froze again. It literally crashed her system again. Every time she interacts with Fantasy Grounds, it crashes. Oh, wait. I saw her move again. She's moving.
Oh, she wasn't frozen. Maybe she's just standing still.
No, I can see her moving.
Yeah.
I think she's on her end. She's frozen. We can see her, but she can't see us. Now she's frozen again. Yeah, alright. So, I'm going to roll that damage, because that was a hit. And, going to be fantastic. Oh my god, Fantasy Grounds. Like, really, can I get a refund at this point? Like, it's getting to be a little much. And that was like 5 issues ago.
They used your money to hire all these people to do all this good work on this thing.
I literally don't understand anything about. They're clearly doing well, unharmed. That's rough. That's rough. That's a shameful display. Does she have? Yeah, she would Benny. She's got 3 Bennys.
Yeah.
She's feeling vengeful. Fantasy Grounds fucking her tonight. Oh, that was the wrong. That was a pistol repeating crossbow. But you know what? Fuck it. It does it anyway. Boom! Yeah, she pulls out the crossbow bolt and just stabs it in the black eye. Yeah, that's black eye. Just making sure that comes out on the VOD. Excellent. And you have killed the last of the croakers. They have met their ammonia-y demise. It's something with the recent update for sure. And there is a red button sitting on the pedestal.
Done with this shit.
Yeah, snatch it, picks it up, the door slams behind you. No, nothing like that. Yeah, the challenge in this room is killing.
I would just go that way.
Right, you just go down the path that was there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Alright.
you find yourselves in front of the console. Oh no, it's not you at all, Rue. Don't feel bad about it. It's this software. It's really. I would love to be able to recommend this to people. Honestly, I would love to be able to promote this product. It is just garbage. It is trash.
Black,
Moving on.
Blackfinger. Insert on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And then, yeah, I insert it.
And the whole room blows up. No, both the slots light up red and nothing happens. All the slots are currently filled.
Let's try opposite.
What do you mean opposite?
I'm gonna go up to these consoles and see if
They are
Yes,
arcing
okay.
with a ton of electricity. I would not touch those consoles.
So Blackfinger takes the the one out of this side on the left,
Uh-huh.
and then goes and swaps it with the one on the right, and
Yep.
then goes and puts the right one over
No,
here.
they seem to fit just the same. They're universal, but nothing. Nope.
I'm going to
Is there
stand
a
on the
console
pedestal.
here?
No, there's just the three key slots.
Standing on the pedestal, does that do anything?
No.
Are all 3 keys identical?
Yep.
All right, we're done.
At least
here.
it
Let's
appears
get
that
fucked
way.
out.
I mean, you haven't examined the one in the console yet, but from the top of it, it looks identical to the other two.
I'll take this one out.
Describe to
The
me the
bottom one.
layout of are the other two in?
Yeah, the other 2 are in.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to sit down and
I take-
patiently wait for repairs in the corner.
I take all 3 of them out.
The door hisses open.
Seriously, could have just pulled that.
Yep. You could have just pulled that one. Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna go try and repair Samson.
Yep.
Servos uncalibrated.
Yeah, single wound. Ticked off. Boom. Bingo, bango, bongo, boom. Leads down to a hatch and a sign that says no trespassing by order of the USDOD. Jackpot, says Bastion. And that's where we will close for this week. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This puzzle's a bit of a gambit, right? Because you never know if they're just going to pull the fucking key out to begin with and bypass your whole room. The whole thing could just be, just pull that one key and the door opens, right? That's the way it's programmed, right? But instead, you walk them through this elaborate thing where you design the side rooms, right? And then, of course, you have to get all 3 keys, right? That's how these things work, right? No, not at all, friends. Not at all. You just need to pull the one. Could have skipped the Croaker combat. Could have not been decontaminated. Blackfinger could have still been Blackfinger instead of Cleanfinger. Yeah, I love, if you are running a puzzle for your players, try the 3 keys, just take one out. Really, it's a gamble, right? But this is the 3rd or 4th time I've used the gimmick over the years now, and they've never once pulled the key first. Never once. But with that established, that was the show. Hopefully there'll be another Fantasy Grounds update next week so that we don't have people crashing all over the place, because it's really untenable, right? This is the worst it's ever been, frankly. But we appreciate your support here so much. It's a fantastic endeavor that can only succeed due to your participation. Thank you for the bennies. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the follows. All of it helps. Go ahead and join that disco. Follow us on Twitter. Ingratiate yourself with the community. And who knows, you could find yourself on one of these shows in the near future yourself. But from the League of Gentlemen Explorers to yourself, may your dice always roll hot. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for watching.